City. You come through the Fort Pitt Tunnel, you see that beautiful downtown skyline in Pittsburgh, cross the river, come across another bridge, make your way to Heinz Field. That's where we are tonight for college football, the home of the Steelers and the Pitt Panthers. It's an ACC matchup, Pitt hosting the Tar Heels of North Carolina. It has been a tough year for both programs. This has been a rivalry that has produced some very memorable moments over the last few years. We go back to September of last season, Mitchell Trubisky and Carolina down at home with the ball, end of the game, a 16-play drive. They converted 3 different fourth downs, and the Tar Heels ultimately in the end zone to beat the Panthers 37-36. We expect another competitive game here tonight. Kickoff from Pittsburgh coming up now. A look inside Nissan's Heisman House.
How is it that we keep getting older, but the mascots stay the same age?
Yeah, Brutus hasn't aged a day since I left Ohio State.
You know, mascots are just genetically different than we are. They're just immune to the aging process.
Flip.
Whoa.
Flip, 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 flip. You guys want to join me for some flips?
Tomorrow, next time, Herschel.
I don't do flips.
Okay, back to practice. Flip time.
I keep telling you guys, he's part mascot.
Flip, 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 flip.
Oh, Joe. Nobody needs to see that. Would you lock the door next time? Now I can't unsee it.
Welcome to the Nissan pregame rush. Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
Back here live at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, the North Carolina Tar Heels on the road looking for their first conference win. Hard to believe our matchup in the ACC. It is Carolina and the Panthers of Pitt. The students are out in good numbers on what is a chilly but beautiful November night. The home of the Steelers, the home of Pitt football. And the Panthers wearing those tremendous throwback uniforms. We like those. We do. They look pretty sweet. We'll talk about the uniforms, the seasons that these two programs have had, the ups and the downs, and there have been a lot of downs for the Panthers and the Tar Heels, frankly, in 2017. This has been the Nissan pregame rush as we get ready to kick this game off between these two rivals from the Coastal Division. We welcome back to Thursday Night Football this week both Booger McFarland and Joey Galloway. And I don't know, maybe Joey is particularly excited to be here in the Steel City back in 1993 wearing that Buckeyes uniform. Not 1, not 2, 3 touchdowns for Ohio State head-to-head against Pitt. And that was a pretty spectacular play. Wait for what?
Why are you taking your helmet off? Like this, I know exactly what you look like. Why are you taking your helmet off?
More importantly, I still look the same.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I mean, I do.
You have so much more gray hair, it's unreal.
There are a few grays. Otherwise, you're looking pretty good. So are you, Booger. Welcome back, guys, to Thursday Night College Football. Interesting matchup here tonight as we focus on these two teams. We'll start with the home team, the Pitt Panthers. Great tradition here. You guys know about it. Ditka, Marino, Dorsett, all the names. Back-to-back 8-win seasons under Pat Narduzzi. Year 3, Joey, has not gone as well.
It really hasn't, but they're on a 2-game win streak. And part of that win streak is because they've been able to run the football. In a year, we talked about so many running backs like Saquon Barkley and Bryce Love. Darren Hall from Pitt in the last 3 weeks has more rush yards per game than anybody in Power 5 football. That is the big reason why this team has a chance to win games. If they can run the ball, it helps out the defense.
No doubt, but Pitt is known for defense. You know that. Josh Conklin may be the defensive coordinator, but anytime you work for Pat Narduzzi, this is a Pat Narduzzi defense. They're going to play physical on the edge. They're going to play bump and run on the outside. They're going to force your quarterback to do something that he does not want to do. So I can't wait to watch. It's an aggressive defense. They are coming after North Carolina tonight.
Yes, it is. Aggressive
defense. Are you going to keep your hands in your pocket all night? It's not that cold out here.
Do you need me to?
I got my gloves on. I'm just letting you know.
Scarf telling me it's not cold. We're all bundled up. Speaking of the Carolina quarterback, by the way, there's some news on that for the Tar Heels. Let's welcome in Laura Rutledge.
Yeah, Dave, you may have the toughest job of the night trying to keep those two under control, but you're right. Nathan Elliott will be the third starting quarterback for North Carolina this year. He did come in for the injured Chaz Surratt against Miami. And by the way, this North Carolina team almost knocked off undefeated Miami. But quarterbacks coach Keith Heckendorf told me that Elliott is one of the smartest guys on this team. He's the first to answer questions in the quarterback room. That said, if he gets uncomfortable tonight, they have a couple RPO plays. They also have some max protect schemes he feels really confident in. They will go to that stuff quickly if they need to. Brandon Harris will back him up, and then Logan Bird behind Harris. Manny Miles will be the backup to him. He's, of course, the son of former LSU head coach Les Miles.
It has been a turbulent year for Carolina at every position, but especially at quarterback. Thanks, Laura, as we kick it off. The Panthers and the Tar Heels, and it looks like a returnable kick for Anthony Ratliff-Williams, who's bringing it out and will break a couple of tackles to the 25, to the 30, and he's still on his feet. Ratliff-Williams across midfield. Can they catch him? And the answer is no. What a return and what a start for North Carolina. 98 yards with a bunch of broken tackles in the middle of it.
We wanted to see whether this North Carolina team would show up and fight. They're 1-8. They got 18 guys out for the season. They make a statement on the opening kickoff, Dave. Unbelievable run there.
And he's been their top wide receiver, Anthony Ratliff-Williams. He's also a dynamic kick returner. We got two of the best in college football matched up head-to-head kick return-wise in this game. That was a great return.
And a great start for North Carolina. And, Bo, you mentioned earlier you want to see how they came out tonight.
Yes.
And whether they're ready to play. What a jump start for a team that's had trouble finding positive moments in this season.
Extra point is up and good. That counts as a very positive moment for the Tar Heels. It does. We're 15, 16 seconds into this one. And a 98-yard touchdown return. And Pat Narduzzi, Booger talked about, he likes physical play. He likes tackling. He likes hitting. He's not going to be happy with that special teams effort.
No doubt. There's at least 3 or 4 missed tackles there on your opening kickoff. I understand you're jacked up. I understand you're ready to go. But the fundamentals, break down, grab, cloth, pull the guy down. Don't go for the big hit. Go for the sure tackle. They didn't do that.
So North Carolina, a team that has had nothing but misery. Their only win this year, Carolina 1-8. Their only win against Old Dominion. They do not have a win against a Power 5 team. They don't have a conference win.
They don't. And Laura mentioned it in the open. They had a chance to beat Miami. I mean, they were down by 5 with the football with a couple minutes left in that game. Couldn't find a way to get it done. You get in these seasons where you're losing football games and you feel like your snake bit can't find a way to get over the hump. Terrific start in this game to start getting over the hump.
And if you're Pittsburgh, you have a North Carolina team, Dave, that's 1-8. You don't want them to hang around more. Let's get the lead. So now Pitt's got to come out, get some momentum of their own, because now this North Carolina team, they're going to fight tonight.
And Pitt, you guys right off the top were talking about what's been the formula for Pitt in their 2-game win streak to play better. Control the clock, run the ball, be deliberate. Hard to do when you're playing from behind. Now this is just one touchdown and it's literally 16 seconds into the game. But here comes the Panthers offense, which itself, outside of Hall and his production in the last few weeks, hasn't been real explosive this year. Ben DiNucci has made 4 starts. This will be his 5th career start, the third-year sophomore out of Wexford, Pennsylvania.
And for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with Pitt, think about LSU and Matt Canada. He was the offensive coordinator here last year. He's gone, but they're still running the same style offense. A lot of jet sweeps, a lot of movement, a lot of eye candy, Dave, before the ball is snapped.
And they have managed to find some bigger plays using that Matt Canada style offense. There's our first look at that jet sweep motion, and it will be Quadri Henderson who gets the ball and turns the corner. Henderson, who's got great speed, gets hit out of bounds, and here comes the penalty flag. I thought that one was pretty clear.
It really was. And if you're North Carolina, this is a mistake on defense.
After the play, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, defense. Number 29, 15-yard penalty, first down.
You know Pitt wants to run a jet sweep. I mean, that has been one of their most productive plays. And on the first play of the game, you leave your corner in one-on-one matchup with one of the best playmakers on the Pitt team in Quadri Henderson.
So 18 yards on the carry, 15 yards on the penalty. You think the head coach is happy about that? No. That was
neither head coach is happy right now.
No, everybody's upset. One special teams touchdown and a bunch of mistakes. Carolina's been one of the most penalized teams in the country this year. Ben DiNucci under center for the Panthers. Play fake to nobody. I don't know who that was fooling. He's going to throw the ball away. That did not go as planned.
It did, and I think Darren Hall realized once he got out, you could see he wasn't really running a route.
Exactly.
It's like he got out there and realized, I screwed that up. Now what am I supposed to do?
Let me just run around here for a minute.
Yeah, you can see. Look at Hall right now. He's just looking around like,
no man's land.
That's a mistake.
So 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. The passing game has not been prolific for Pitt. Ben DiNucci, who's a third-year player, but is inexperienced in terms of a lot of playing time. Max Brown, the grad transfer from USC, had been the starting quarterback. He's hurt, out for the year. There's Hall out into the open at a first down run for the junior Darren Hall.
I like the right side of this offensive line. I like Buxer. I like Jones Smith, the right tackle. Coaches talk about Brian O'Neill on the left side, but this right side in the past couple games gotten a lot of movement. Look at the hole open up. If they can continue this path running the ball, they're tough to stop.
The quick snap. DiNucci squares those shoulders. Nobody open, throws it away.
One of the things you're going to see Pittsburgh use a lot is the inside zone, meaning that the running back is going to aim at the inside of the tackle, either left or right, and he's going to make his cut off of that. That was a great example of that on the play before.
And number 22, Darren Hall, has had to wait his turn. James Conner was a prolific running back last year and over his career with Pitt, now playing for the Steelers here in town. We're going to hopefully see James Conner at this game here tonight, supporting his alma mater. But from Youngstown, Ohio, has waited patiently as a junior and has exploded these last few weeks. He will get the ball, stumbles, and goes down. 3rd down and long.
And Ben DiNucci's already 0 for 2 throwing the ball. And we talked about this young quarterback not getting a lot of experience before this season. And then now he's in a 3rd and long situation. I expect to see something safe here. I don't expect to see Pitt going downfield, try to get it all. Maybe get it to an athlete out in space and see if he can pick up the yards on his own.
Both teams' kicking games, field goal kicking games, have been inconsistent. So even though this feels like field goal range, it's not a sure thing where the Panthers sit right now on 3rd and 14. Trailing after the kickoff return to start the game. DiNucci under pressure. Now will scramble. He does have some mobility. Trying to get to the corner. And DiNucci, pretty spirited run there. Shoved out of bounds, though, well short of the first down.
DiNucci, and the times that I've seen him play, he is a one-read quarterback. He reads the one receiver, and if he's not there, he takes off running.
Take a look at the left defensive end, Malik Carney. He's a playmaker. Notice the spin move. Came inside. That forced DiNucci to step up in the pocket, and now tell all your friends to come rally and help you make the tackle.
3rd and long. You give up some yardage, but not close enough to go for it. So they're going to kick a field goal here, which will be about a 42-yard try. Would have been about a 50-yard try without that scramble, so that does make a difference in terms of the field goal attempt. The kick is up, and it is good from Alex Kessman, who's got a big leg.
He's got a big leg. His range is up to 55 yards.
So the Panthers answer the special teams touchdown from Carolina with a field goal drive early on here in the Steel City. Beautiful night in Pittsburgh. 7-3 Tar Heels. I would say it's been an eventful start for Alex Kessman, the redshirt freshman place kicker for Pitt. Yeah, it's not fair to ask him to make the touchdown.
He could touch a shoe.
There was no way.
He could have done a little better.
He was going to make that tackle.
I didn't think so either. But 42-yard field goal right down the middle. Pitt on the board. So Pitt answers that long touchdown return from Anthony Ratliff Williams with 3 points, 7-3 Carolina. The Tar Heels will be getting the ball back. And Kessman, his 3rd kick already in the first 3 minutes, this time a touchback. So the Tar Heels will have the ball for the first time on offense. Allstate proud to be a part of the team that comes together to do good by contributing to participating universities' general scholarship funds for each field goal and extra point kicked. To date, Allstate has contributed millions in scholarship funds. Already feels like a night where special teams is going to play a very big role in determining this one. There's Anthony Ratliff Williams. Now at wide receiver, he has been one of the top pass catchers for the Tar Heels this year. And he's got 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns now. The rest of the ACC combined has 2 of them. So he's been pretty darn good. The quarterback starting for the first time, Nathan Elliott. Kind of a memorable first play from Elliott, who faked it and ran it with a dive at the end.
Well, it's very interesting because he potentially is the only quarterback that's healthy right now. And so to start him running the game, little quarterback run, I understand what they're doing. Better be careful with that, though.
Well, it is his first start. The lefty delivers right on the money for a first down, North Carolina. He came into the game, Joey, against Miami. That game you were referencing where the Tar Heels probably played the best they have all season long.
Yeah, Nathan Elliott, before the Miami game, Coach Solz was getting 6 to 8 reps a week in practice. So expect him to play better tonight after having the offense under his belt, had a week off to get used to things, and now it's his team.
Sophomore from Salina, Texas. His teammates, a lot of them call him Tex. North Carolina only has 2 players from Texas on the roster. That, I don't know if that was a designed quarterback run or Elliott made the decision real fast. He got a yard.
Yeah, I think Elliott made that decision on his own. That looked like a pass play, but I do like the short out route. Let your young quarterback get a completion under his belt. Something simple. Try to get into the rhythm of the game.
There was some good from Elliott against Miami. In fact, there was a lot of good. There were more mistakes or turnovers from the quarterback position in particular for Carolina have just been so damaging all year long. That one was dropped. That pass right on the money. Bo Corrales dropped it.
If you're North Carolina, you're going to have to make those plays. You can already see the cornerbacks outside, press, man, bump and run. Wide receivers have to win one-on-one coverage against a Pat Narduzzi defense.
They have not been good, to say the least. One of the very worst teams in the country on third down this year. They need to get to the Pitt 45. It's 3rd and 9. Elliott on the move. Elliott will be shoved out of bounds. A good coverage downfield. Apparently he had nowhere to throw the ball.
Yeah, good rush. He didn't have a lot of time in the pocket to throw the ball, and that's what you get with an Narduzzi defense, and Booger spoke about it earlier. They want to make the quarterback uncomfortable. Don't give him a chance to stand in the pocket on a 3rd and long and look downfield, and when Pitt gets you in a 3rd and long, wait for the blitz. It's coming.
Love the cat and mouse game. They faked the blitz from the quarterback's right, brought the blitz from the quarterback's left. It's a cat and mouse game, Dave. You'll see it all night long.
There's been a couple different punters for Carolina. Tom Sheldon was hurt in the last game. He kicks this one, and it bounces inside the 20. The Tar Heels will down it. Panthers offense comes on the field, takes over around the 18-yard line. Let's go down to the sidelines and Laura.
Yeah, Dave, Pitt's quarterback Ben DiNucci told me that he's still trying to get more comfortable in the pocket. They want him to step up in the pocket and deliver throws instead of throwing off his back foot. But he said that serving as the scout team quarterback for so long didn't allow for a lot of great practice with pocket mechanics. He was trying to emulate other quarterbacks and really kind of lost sight of what he could do at the quarterback spot. One of his favorites to emulate actually being Marcus Williams, a former North Carolina quarterback, in Deshaun Kaiser, but still looking for more comfortability in the pocket for him, guys.
DiNucci on first down hands it off. No, he kept it. Good fake, and DiNucci will go down after a nice game. He was tough to bring down. He does have some athletic ability.
And Coach told us that he does throw off his back foot, and that's something that they don't know if they can correct. They need to correct it. That is their job. Whether he's emulating quarterbacks in scout team has nothing to do with his ability to throw the football. It is their job to get this young man ready and throwing the ball correctly, and it's not going to happen if they sit back and allow him to throw off his back foot.
Ben DiNucci, he was a very prolific passer here in the Pittsburgh area in high school. In fact, first Pennsylvania quarterback to ever throw for 4,000 yards in a single season. But the strange mechanics, the different way he went about it, kept him, I think, from being more highly recruited. He gets away for a moment and then goes down and takes a big loss on 2nd and 1. That is a mistake and a good play by Tamon Fox, the defensive end. But that's not supposed to happen on 2nd and 1.
Well, that's what you call a coverage sack. They were going for the big play. 2nd and 1, let's take a shot down the field. Nobody was open. And so now you have a delayed rush by the defensive end. Quarterback's holding the football. You got to let it go when nobody's open. He could potentially have the tight end down the seam after the safety comes over. It's a tough throw. Yeah. Nobody was covered. So now if you're a young quarterback, climb the pocket. Don't retreat. Climb up the pocket and throw the football away. He didn't do that.
I mean, you throw on 2nd and 1, you're figuring the worst thing is an incompletion. It's 3rd and 1. We hand it off. We get the first down. Now it's 3rd and 11. DiNucci on the move again. And he's going to throw across the middle. It is almost intercepted. Knocked down, incomplete. 4th down. That could have been a disaster.
Notice what we have. We're only rushing 3 defensive linemen. You're dropping 8. So now, if you're a quarterback, you have to buy a little time. 8 guys in coverage, nobody's open. He's lucky that one wasn't picked.
Yeah, that sequence for Pitt from 2nd and 1 after a nice positive first down play.
That's two third longs for DiNucci. That is tough situations. He doesn't have a completion yet. Get him an easy throw. Get him an easy completion to get into the feel of it.
And so far 0 for 3, plus he took that sack. Ryan Winslow booms one. Fair catch inside the 35. Good punt. MJ Stewart held on. Nice look. Riverside here in Pittsburgh. Beautiful night. 7-3 Carolina.
Buzz in South Florida. An old rivalry reawakens.
There's so much to play for. It feels like an elimination game.
Well, Notre Dame Miami leads us into our college football look ahead, brought to you by Xfinity X1. It has been a memorable series. Notre Dame 5 straight losses in Miami. Last time they won down there in South Florida, 1977. They have won the last 4 meetings overall. What do you guys think?
It's a very good Notre Dame football team. They're going to get off the bus running the football. Can Miami's athletic front slow down this big, powerful Notre Dame offensive line? As a D lineman, I can't wait to watch that battle.
It is a fascinating matchup. Elliott, the quarterback run on first down. Nathan Elliott and the Tar Heels with the ball back.
And Bill, you mentioned, Elliott is their only healthy quarterback right now. That's about the 3rd or 4th time we've seen him run the ball tonight. Interesting to see them willing to put Elliott in that situation so early in this football game.
There's Brandon Harris, the transfer from LSU, who started the opener at completion, and a near missed tackle, broken tackle by Daz Newsome. He gets tripped up very close, and they do say he got first down yardage.
Yeah, you can see Pitt in their quarters coverage right there. The safety has to cover the slot. Look for that battle there, because I love my slot receiver against any safety in America, Dave.
And we will watch that matchup, this Pitt defense against his Carolina offense. You saw the numbers from Brandon Harris, and I think Larry Fedora was hoping that Harris was going to be the answer. 1 touchdown, 8 interceptions on the year. All time to throw, going deep. Ratliff Williams, a acrobatic catch. He knocked it to himself and made the play.
When I saw this ball hang up in the air, I thought there was no way that this ball was going to be caught. What an athletic play to concentrate and tip it to yourself.
Once again, quarters coverage against the safety, great play.
And he beat Jordan Whitehead, one of the best players on that Pitt defense. Handoff. Carolina runs the ball inside the 15-yard line, knocked out at about the 12. Jordan Brown gets the start at tailback for the Tar Heels.
But Dave, you speak of it, Jordan Whitehead, he's one of the best players, but he's a safety. I love the matchup when my slot receiver is against the safety.
And we did see him return the opening kickoff for a touchdown, 98 yards. We know he's got the big playability. He also threw 3 passes against Miami, so something to watch with Anthony Ratliff Williams, a sophomore.
This is the area of the field that North Carolina struggled against Miami. They got into the red zone a few times and couldn't get in the end zone. Great play.
Not this time. Perfect pass, and the tight end Brandon Fritz in the end zone, touchdown.
You have to be excited if you're North Carolina. If they could have done that against Miami, they win that football game. Early in the game, in the red zone, the first quarter, 3 times could not get in the end zone.
11-yard touchdown. That does feel like such a difference maker for the Tar Heels, because you're right, they had a chance to control that game early. Didn't do it, and it came back to bite them late. They are controlling this one early against Pitt. And Nathan Elliott, I mean, those passes, maybe doesn't have the strongest arm. He's not a quarterback with huge recruiting pedigree, but he's getting the job done for the Tar Heels. He has given their offense a spark.
No doubt, you got to love this right here. Number 17, he's screaming at the safety. Whitehead's a great safety, but 17, I love the matchup. Slot receiver against the safety.
A lot of pressure putting on safeties, and this defense can't cover the tight end. Touchdown for Fritz.
And Nathan Elliott, the sophomore, leads Carolina into the end zone. They lead 14-3.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football, brought to you by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy, and Boost Mobile.
Well, one of the great sports cities in the United States, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Panthers at home. but it's Carolina that is controlling this game early. They lead 14-3. Quadri Henderson, who is a dynamic return man in his own right, but great special teams coverage from the Tar Heels. He's tackled just outside the 15-yard line.
You know, I mentioned I like the right side of the line for Pitt, and on the first drive, 3 runs to the right, almost 40 yards. Let the big guys to the right eat. Everybody thinks about the running back eating, but the big guys, they get hungry too. And when you're running the ball behind a certain side of the line, Buxer and Jones Smith, they want to eat. They want the ball coming their way. They've done a nice job in the past couple games. If I'm Pitt, I'm going back to the right side and run the football.
They got the big boys in there now, double tight ends, and they shift both of them to the left side, hand the ball off, and run in that direction with Hall for a gain of about 4 on first down.
A lot of pre-snap shifts, a lot of motions, trying to get the defense to settle in. If you're North Carolina, they're going to stay put, play a lot of zone coverage, allow the shifts and motions to come to you. Don't chase the shifts, don't chase the motions.
And it is interesting. It looked to me on that first play, Jared Jones-Smith, one of the guys you've been spotlighting, the right tackle, was not in on that play. Brandon Hodges, number 58, is in at right tackle. So we'll have to check on that and see if something happened to Jones-Smith, because he has been playing really well for Pitt. Henderson in motion. They give it to him on that jet sweep. Nice block, first down, and more outside the 30.
Jet sweep, and if you've seen this before, you understand where it comes from. LSU runs it a lot. Matt Canada, he was here last year, a lot of jet sweeps. He's brought that down to Baton Rouge. It's meant to get the ball on the outside, to split the defense in half. And when you can do that, now you'll get a fast guy on the outside, up the sideline. Pittsburgh did it outstanding right there. Number 10, Quadri Henderson.
And the other Quadri Olesen, the bigger running back. Olesen with the nice block to help get him the first down yardage. Well, both of those jet sweep plays have been productive ones for Pitt. That one, a long throw all the way across the field, completed to Maurice French.
But it's a quick throw. It is an easy throw. They've been in 3rd and long 2 times in the first 2 drives, and you're asking DiNucci to stand in the pocket and go downfield. These are the kind of throws a young quarterback needs. Something quick, out of his hands. The rush can't get to him. It's a hitch route. Easiest completion in football. And now your quarterback and your receiver group can get a feel for the game. They've touched the ball. They got a completion.
Spoken like a true receiver. Always wanted to get the wide receiver more involved in the game.
Early in the game.
Early.
That is the first completion for the quarterback. Under center, they give it to Henderson again. This time coming right side, gets upended short of the first down, about a yard short.
See, the linebacker Collins was ready that time. They've been beat 2 times on the jet sweep. It was one defender outside with a blocker on him. That time, linebacker seen it coming. Collins makes a nice play coming inside out to make a tackle.
And some people think of this as a gimmicky offense. It's just an offense that allows your playmakers to get the ball in space. And as an offensive coordinator, that's your job. Get your playmakers the ball in space and allow them to use their athletic ability. That's what this offense does.
So 3rd and 1 for Pitt. Under 4 minutes to go first quarter. Trailing North Carolina 14-3. Handoff, Hall, middle, and he gets stopped. He did not get there. In their own territory, I'm not sure Pitt is going to have the ability to go for it here. They have the ability to.
Punt the ball this early. You cannot afford to give Carolina the ball back on your side of the field.
Great play there by the linebacker, number 36, Holcomb. He shed his block, came inside, made the tackle. That's what you want in a linebacker. Use your hands, shock, lock.
And listen to the fans. I mean, it was a good play by Holcomb, but Pitt fans are not happy.
Fans want to go for it on 4th down. I don't care where you're at. You could be on your own 2-yard line. They want you to go for it coming out on 4th down. Punt the football. This is the smart move.
Well, if you think about the mindset, Joy, these fans came to the game. Pitt is the better football team by record. Carolina's a 1-8 team. What do they have to play for? They're on the road. It's cold. The fans are disappointed to start by their home team.
Good punt. Fair catch inside the 15. Carolina gets the ball back, and let's go down to Laura Rutledge.
Yeah, Dave, in talking to North Carolina quarterbacks coach Keith Heckendorf before the game, he told me he felt like maybe a matchup advantage for North Carolina was to test some of these Pitt safeties. We've already seen them have success doing it. He said even if they didn't have success, they would keep going back to it just to put it in their heads. And on the Pitt side of things, Jordan Whitehead on the sideline being challenged by Pat Narduzzi. Narduzzi saying, hey, I need you to make those plays. They're going to keep going to it.
That's smart football. Test the safeties. In years, whether it's Michigan State or at Pitt, Pat Narduzzi puts his safeties in a tough situation. Offensively, you attack the safeties.
Carolina hasn't had a lead like this in a long time. They hand the ball off on first down. Back to the point that Laura is making, that you both are making. Those two safeties, I mean, they're good players for Pitt. Whitehead is a good player. DeMar Hamlin's a good player. But this defense is putting a ton of pressure on those two guys to make those kind of plays.
I don't know of many good players that can play man-to-man coverage from 8 to 12 yards off of a slot receiver running full speed at him.
That's just hard to do. Another handoff for North Carolina, and a gain of a couple to about the 19.
Normally when you play man-to-man, Dave, you want to be up on the receiver to be able to use your hands and jam. It's just tough playing 12 yards off. Now the receiver has a two-way go. That is very, very tough to do.
I mean, you're running a race against a guy who's getting a head start. You're starting basically from a standing position. He's got a full head of steam. 3rd and 4. There is Anthony Ratliff-Williams. 3rd and 4 for Nathan Elliott in this Tar Heels offense. Kind of a pistol-style formation. Whistles, a flag. That's going to be a penalty against North Carolina.
Start. Offense, number 67. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
It's a big penalty. It changes your offensive mindset. You go from 3rd and 4, where you have the option to run the football, you have the option to pass the football. Now you move it back to 3rd and 9. It sort of closes off part of your playbook. If you're Carolina, just staying on the field at this point on offense because you have a lead is important.
Final couple minutes of the first quarter. A first quarter that's gone well for Carolina. Pitt brings pressure. Elliott goes down. Back at the 7-yard line, it's a sack for the Panthers. And Sean Idowu, the linebacker, came through on the blitz.
It's always a cat and mouse game right there. You see the linebacker, the delayed blitz. Idowu comes in there. Elliott had nowhere to go whatsoever.
When you're playing Narduzzi, he's sending linebackers.
Oh, no doubt.
You've worked on that all week. You had a bye week. You worked. He's sending linebackers. No matter what, you got to be ready for it.
This is a chance here for one of the very best punt return men in college football. He's got a couple of touchdowns. This punt from the end zone, fair catch signal. It's a short punt. The Panthers are going to have the ball in North Carolina territory at the 49-yard line. Well, Quadri Henderson, they called him in high school the gingerbread man. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. You get it? The track speed, sort of.
Not
maybe.
really. I didn't get that one.
He wears number 10. His friend Chad Jones, who was diagnosed and beat cancer, close friends. He changed his number to honor his friend. Sophomore consensus All-American as a returner. That's pretty good company. Larry Fitzgerald, Antonio Bryant, Hugh Green, Quadri Henderson. That was last year, 2016. They have talked a lot this year about getting him more involved in every way, as a pass catcher, as a runner. And I'm not sure they've fully accomplished that this year, but he is a great playmaker. DiNucci throws on the move. Nice completion. And a first down, it looks like, for the Panthers to Quadri Olison.
That's the 3rd time we've seen Pitt try to run this play. We saw the mistake early. Darren Hall went the wrong way. But because they've been able to run the ball pretty well to the right side of the field, you fake going to the right and you roll out. And again, a nice, easy completion. We've seen DiNucci with his athletic ability. He's good outside the pocket. Nice little layup. Nice little easy throw to Olison.
Very good catch by Olison also. The ball was a little behind him. Showed some athletic ability, turned around, caught the football. Nice work by the big man.
Maybe the final play of the first quarter. They did spot him about a half a yard short. Hand it off to Hall, who gets the first down. Maybe a yard or so extra. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. North Carolina, 1 win and none in ACC play. But they have come to play tonight on the road against Pat Narduzzi and the Panthers. Larry Fedora and his Tar Heels just desperate for a victory and a great start. The opening kickoff, Anthony Ratliff-Williams, 98 yards. Tar Heels at the end of 1. They lead 14-3. This is the ACC on ESPN on a November night in Pittsburgh. Right alongside the Three Rivers. And look who is cheering on the Panthers.
Got his game face on, too.
That is Juju Smith-Schuster, who has really been one of the best young receivers in the NFL this year, rookie for the Steelers. DiNucci, wide open receiver. Hall inside the 15, inside the 10. A big game for Pitt on the first play of the second quarter. Okay, show the sign. That was worthy of it. The youngest player in the NFL.
I think Juju's happy because he just got his driver's license 2 days ago.
He did. He had never gotten his driver's license, just hadn't felt the need to. Finally did it. And he's becoming a star here in this great football town. And I think it was James Conner who convinced him and some other Steelers teammates to come over and watch Pitt here tonight. Why not on this Thursday night? Handoff, Hall, big hole, Hall, touchdown! And they never got him to the ground. Second quarter so far, a lot better for Pitt.
No doubt. Physical inside zone run to the right side, as Joey alluded to. Behind Buxer, Jones Smith, that right side of that offensive line. The inside zone, little jet sweep eye candy, coming downhill.
That is much more like it for Pitt. The long pass play to Hall and then giving the ball inside the 10 for the touchdown run. 4 plays, 49 yards. They took advantage of good field position and get the ball in the end zone for the first time tonight.
I've been talking about this right side. Look at the hole. Look at the center and Morrissey holding off the nose tackle. If you block like that, there's nothing the defense can do about it.
Look who's on the sideline welcoming his old teammate Darren Hall. That is James Conner, who is a great running back and a great kid. Goes down there with his old buddies.
Where was Darren Hall before the last 2 games? That's the biggest question. He has been outstanding in these last 2, running the ball for 254 against Duke, 111 against Virginia. Where was this young man before that? This team had 200 rushing yards before the last 2, Boog. How does this happen?
I think they rededicated themselves to the run game. They came out and said, you know what? Coach Narduzzi said, if we're going to win with defense, creating turnovers, and we're going to become physical, run downhill, impose our physicality on the team. Our quarterback isn't a great athlete. He will do, but now we can do what we do best, which is come downhill and run the football.
Radliff Williams thought about it, wanted to, takes a knee. His teammate told him to take the touchback, so he will. Carolina has the ball back. Saturday on ESPN, 2 big games with college football playoff implications. Number 4 Clemson and that struggling Seminoles team of Florida State at 3:30 Eastern. Then Alabama on the road in Starkville. Will they be tested against number 16 Mississippi State? 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Both games will stream live on the app.
Clemson needs to make a statement, to be honest with you. With Oklahoma, TCU sitting behind, playing each other at the 5 and 6 spot. Clemson's sort of out there sitting at number 4, and people start asking the question, who jumps over Clemson? They need to make a statement against Florida State.
I think I agree with that. A great win at NC State. I mean, that's a high-quality win. Handoff, left side running for North Carolina and Michael Carter, their very talented true freshman tailback who's back healthy this week. But I'm with you on Clemson because they are going to have some competition. No matter what happens for them, they already have that loss from here until the end of the year.
They are, but when Kelly Bryant is healthy, I think they're one of the top 4 teams in America with how they play, that defensive line, the way they can run the football. I like Clemson's chances, especially Saturday against Florida State, who struggled all year long.
Elliott throws it short, and Gang tackled for a loss on the play. Would have been better just to throw the ball away. Brandon Fritz, the tight end, made the catch. Jackson led the way. Dane Jackson, the defensive back.
Dave, don't you feel the momentum changing a little bit?
I do.
Pittsburgh, the crowd's starting to get into it. They hit the big play. The offense got going. Now the defense is fired up. It's amazing what happens when 18, 19-year-olds get fired up.
Yeah, and you remember Carolina did last time they had the ball, 3rd and short. The penalty moved them back. They took the sack. They punted from the end zone. Good field position. That feels like a big sequence in the game. Now they go 3 and out, and they're going to give the ball back to Pitt again.
And now you're playing into Narduzzi's hand. Getting this 3rd and long. Now we can dial up different blitzes. Linebackers looked like they were going to come. They dropped back in coverage. They knew that Elliott's going to have to go downfield in this situation. So let's bump and run on the outside. Keep our safeties back. Don't give up the big shot, but make them complete a tough pass, and they couldn't do it.
So Sheldon, the punter, Quandre Henderson, the punt returner, who against Virginia had another punt return touchdown last time out for Pitt. This punt was not a good one at all, and it's going to be another spot where Pitt's going to get the ball with great field position. And we're going to see where they spot it. And they're still waiting, still waiting, still coming, still coming. Man, that was a short punt.
That's just like a turnover, Dave. Just like a turnover.
It really is. Sheldon knows that was a big mistake. When we come back, James Conner down on the sideline. We may sneak a word with the old Pitt star tailback right after this. Beloved football player here in this great city, James Conner, now wearing number 30 with the Steelers, but a great legacy with Pitt. He is on the sidelines tonight here with our Laura Rutledge.
All right, thanks, Dave. And James, you just embraced Darren Hall after his touchdown. He's a guy that you've mentored. What's it like to see him having success and be back here watching?
It's awesome. You know, I remember when he first came in and, you know, just always asking me questions. And now to see him doing the things he's doing, it's making me happy. You know, the game versus Duke, he had a big game. And now another nice run, so I'm just proud of him.
You were just texting with Ben Roethlisberger, and you're here in a city that you know so well. What has it been like playing in this city on the professional level?
It's just awesome that I get to stay home and get to, you know, stay in the same city that I played my college ball in. So, man, the city, the fans, everybody just embraced me so much. So I'm just so blessed to be a Steeler now, you know, coming from Pitt.
I don't know if Ben's watching right now, but I mean, anything you want to say to Big Ben out there?
He said he makes sure it don't get ugly. So I trying to get these guys a spark on the sideline and you know, tell them get it going. It was 14-3, so now we back on offense. Hopefully we can come and take the lead right here.
James, your story is incredible. You beat cancer and you've inspired so many. How have you taken ownership of that to continue to tell your story to others?
I just love the position I'm in. It's awesome, you know, that people, you know, come to me for hope, and I'm an inspiration to others. So I really just embrace it. I'm thankful and blessed that I got through my situation. So now it's my job to just, you know, to help others.
And when it comes to helping others on this actual Pitt football team, what do you think this team does well? What are you proud of?
Man, they play together. You know, they play together. I remember when I was at Pitt, we were just so close with each other. So they really play for one another, and that helps us.
Thanks so much. Stay warm down here.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Laura, and James Conner, who really is an inspirational story. He was a great football player, but I think for so many people meant so much more than that.
Laura was all on the man's text messages?
Yeah. I mean, I guess she asked him who he was texting.
I guess Laura walked up and said, who are you texting?
Maybe just eavesdropping, looking over the shoulder.
So that's sideline reporting right there. You let us know the man's text messages.
Up at the top of the phone, it says Big Ben. Oh, you have a pretty good clue who that is. Pitt's on the move. There's Hall. He goes down for a loss. That was a nice play in the backfield. DeJuan Drennan, the senior defensive end.
And Carolina needed that. You both mentioned the momentum. It's all on Pitt's sideline right now. Carolina has to find a way to make a play. Great start. Now can you finish? Can you keep it rolling?
And I love the Pitt run game. It's tackle over. It's unbalanced. It's inside zone to the right. It's inside zone to the left. As an offensive lineman, I know exactly what I have to do. I get used to coming off the ball and hitting somebody in the mouth. I love how physical Pitt is right now as they try to get back control of this football game.
Down 14-10. Still early second quarter. They hand the ball right side to the edge with that quickness. Maurice French dives for the end zone. Did he stay in bounds? Touchdown. And this one we're going to have to look at again to see if he got all the way there. Maurice French around the right end. Let's see. Was he in bounds? Was he down?
Yeah, that's down.
Yeah, definitely down. But I love the play call sequence. The sequence was great. And Book just mentioned the inside runs. We hadn't seen a jet sweep in a few plays. All of a sudden, you got a defense thinking, we're coming inside. You see safeties coming downhill, playing inside the box. And when you run the jet sweep, you mentioned it cuts the defense in half. We've seen the third time tonight the setup where it is an athletic guy with the football against one defensive back out in space. And you always believe the athletic guy with the ball wins that matchup.
Enjoy the sequence you're talking about. It's inside zone to the right, inside zone to the right, inside zone to the left. Now all of a sudden the offensive line comes off like inside zone to the left, jet sweep around the corner to the right side. You're forcing the linebackers and the safety to read a lot. People out there, this is not a gimmicky offense. I had to learn that, Dave, especially when Matt Canada came down to Baton Rouge, my alma mater. This can be a physical offense, and Pitt's showing you that right now.
I think it would be fair to say, Booger, that you were a little hard on your Tigers offensively early in
little.
year.
Listen, I was very hard, especially after LSU lost to Troy, because everyone down there wondered, can this offense work? Does it work? Well, you're now seeing that in Baton Rouge that it works, and you're seeing here right now. The way they run the football, it's a physical offense, and the jet sweep is just another dimension.
Dave, when you get into coaching and you start calling plays, pay attention to safeties. Whether it's a run or a pass, who's making the tackle, pay attention to where their safeties are. That's what your next play is going to come off of, is what you believe the safeties are going to do.
Did you say Dave get into coaching?
What
is Dave going to coach?
The runner was stopped short of the goal line. The ball be placed at the 1.
Little League, maybe?
Right hash.
Dave,
first and goal.
What is Dave going to coach?
Dave can coach offense. How long you been calling games?
Oh, please. I mean, what do you want me to call here? I dial one down there?
Exactly. I mean,
dial it up, Dave. Dial it up.
Dave knows his football. Dave, what we going to run here, Dave? What do you got?
Zone.
Inside zone.
To the right.
There you go,
to
Dave.
number 22, Darren Hall.
There you go. I
Come
like
on.
it.
Move those tight ends over.
There you go. I love it, Dave. There
Come
we
on.
go.
Give him the ball. Did he get in?
Dave's in.
He's in.
Dave got him in.
Dave, great play call. Great play call, Dave.
Tell me I can't call offense. You give it to me on the 1 first and goal, I'll get you in the end zone.
A whole lot of great coaches on the 1-yard line going in on first down.
Second touchdown for Darren Hall, and Pitt's got its first lead of the night. They might have to look at this one just to confirm. Ran into his own right tackle, but stayed up. I think he got it.
I don't know what you could see there to overturn that call.
Me either. Plus, I don't want to have to call another play.
Yeah.
I'm 1 for 1. I'm going to stay that way.
Yeah, get back in the booth. You're done coaching. 1 for 1.
But notice the momentum, Dave. We talked about it back when North Carolina had the football. You could feel the momentum shift, and Big Mo is coming downhill right now for Pittsburgh.
Yep. The penalty, the 2 punts that both were not executed very well, put the defense in tough spots, and the Pitt offense has come to life. And maybe James Conner part of giving that spark. The touchdown stands, extra point is up, and it is good. So the Panthers behind Darren Hall and James Conner lead the way with the cheerleading lead 17-14.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Start game day strong with the new Breakfast Hash Brown Scramble Bowl. And BMW, we only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine.
In addition to being an inspirational story, James Conner was a terrific football player for Pitt. The ACC Player of the Year in 2014. Broke Tony Dorsett's Pitt Bowl record for rush yards in a bowl game as a freshman, 229 yards. Beat cancer, returned in 2016, had 20 touchdowns, first team All-ACC. Amazing story. James Conner just got a huge ovation, by the way, when he was introduced during the break to the fans here. And I think part of the reason why, not just the on-the-field accomplishments, but off the field as well, he was rehabbing from an ACL tear, James was, and he started to feel fatigue, was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma December 2015 while undergoing chemotherapy, did his rehab, worked his tail off, and really just became an inspiration for athletes, for non-athletes, cancer survivors, cancer patients across the country. Was sharing, he was very generous in sharing his story. Just a terrific kid, and now playing here in town for the Steelers. And his Panthers, since he got down on the sideline and started jumping up and down, have played a whole lot better. For more on James Conner, let's go back down to Laura.
Yeah, Dave, I need to set the record straight. Joey was killing me like I was looking at James Conner's text messages. I would never do such a thing. I was trying to ask him for an interview, and he said, hey, I never do this, but I'm going to have to finish this text message before I can talk to you. He said, it's Ben Roethlisberger. I feel bad if I don't immediately respond. They've been going back and forth about this game. But, guys, one interesting thing, too, James said, is just adjusting to the NFL and it being such a business. He said that was something that took him a while to get used to because he was so used to just knowing that everyone was on scholarship and could play.
Number 54, 5-yard penalty.
Meanwhile, everything's going well for James. We got social media, we got text messages. He tweeted this out. bring Juju Smith-Schuster to a Pitt game, trying to make him a fan. Looks like it worked. Now Juju's also kind of locked in on the phone.
I thought you were showing a fan trying to shield Connor from, like, while he was texting, so Laura couldn't look at his phone. So he was texting.
That is investigative sideline reporting. Nice slant pattern. And a gain out to the 30 for Carolina. They needed something positive. It'll be third down. The Tar Heels offense has been going backwards these last few
biggest play of the game for Carolina so far. They need a first down. They need something to go positive for this team, as Pitt is starting to feel really good about themselves offensively and defensively.
3rd and 4. Nice pocket for Elliott across the middle, and the extra effort gets the first down. Carolina. That's the junior Josh Cabrera.
Nice throw by Elliott. He was calm, poised, under control, read the defense, came right to left, receiver uncovered, easy throw right there. Now that can get the young quarterback some confidence. Great poise right there.
I mean, remember, this is his first career start. The sophomore on the road will take off and couldn't get away from that tackle. Back to the line of scrimmage. Elijah Zeiss got him to the ground.
Carolina has to be better on first down. You know, to start this game, they were pretty good. The quick completions, the 4 or 5 yard gains. Since the momentum have switched, they've not gotten yards on first down, and they're set up 2nd and long, 3rd and long, and again, that plays into this Pitt defense hand. They want to be aggressive, and you get aggressive on 2nd and 3rd and long.
They bring a lot of pressure here. That pass completed, left side, Ratliff Williams. Penalty flag is thrown. If the play stands, it's a first down, Carolina. We'll see.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Wow.
Offense, number 18. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That was a pretty quick play to have a guy illegally downfield.
Well, if it's number 18, you're starting to think, okay,
he was covered.
He was probably covered by the receiver.
Yeah.
So it's really a formation issue.
Yeah.
And we haven't talked a whole lot about the injuries from North Carolina. You have a lot of guys playing that don't have a lot of experience, and you can see the receiver to the outside is covering up the tight end to the inside. So now the tight end is not eligible to go downfield. And there's your issue. You got a lot of guys playing that don't have a lot of playing experience, and you have these kind of issues, these kind of penalties.
Yeah, they said 18. Maybe they meant 19.
Yeah, I looked at my board, and I was thinking 18. I don't see
We're digging
18.
And just so the fans know, you can only have 7 people on the line of scrimmage. You can't have 8, and you have to have them where the guys are uncovered or covered, and right then he was covered.
Beautiful setup for a screen play, and that's going to be a big gain. And the ankle tackle saved an even bigger gain for Jordan Brown out near midfield.
You got an aggressive team. You got a team that's going to blitz. You're in a 1st and long situation because of the penalty. Let them come. Now, offensive linemen turn and get somebody. But what's wrong with you big guys? You get outside, you start looking around. Prince got to peel back. If he gets that block, that's a huge play.
Might be a touchdown if he gets that block, maybe.
Big guys get in space, Dave, and they start looking around like, what am I supposed to do out here? I'm not used to this.
Offensive linemen are not used to being there. They're used to being inside the phone booth. But I did think that they did a really, really good job of getting out in space and at least getting in the way.
Now more motion. Man, first down for Carolina has been a disaster.
Well, now you're starting to see some of the remnants of why they're 1-8. Not only the injuries, but the pre-snap
penalties. There is no foul for a false start.
No foul.
First down.
I take it all back.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I knew you guys didn't know what you were talking about. That's why I stayed out of that one.
Well, I love it. I mean, usually when they throw a flag.
I could tell nobody moved, though. The official just made a mistake.
That's a big mistake, isn't it? How do you lift the thing out of your pocket,
just
throw it?
It's not like he just dropped it.
I mean, you didn't drop it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go in my pocket and throw that.
Huh. We'll give you that one, umpire. 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go first half. Pitt has come from behind and now leads. Handoff left side with just no room. Nowhere to go, stacked up for no gain.
And on the snap, the linebackers for Pitt are coming downhill. They are thinking it's going to be a run on first down. So we're coming, we're aggressive. There is no backup whatsoever in these linebackers as soon as this ball is snapped. Here they come downhill. When you're looking at this, David, again, we talked about you calling plays. If you're North Carolina, you're thinking, okay, linebackers coming downhill on first down. Next first down we get, we might want to do a play action pass.
2nd and 10. Elliott throws, and that is almost intercepted. There was kind of a wrestling match for the ball. Corrales ended up, I think, basically playing defense. Jason Pinnock the true freshman from Connecticut. Pretty good play on the ball.
Corrales is 6'4", 205. Not quite sure he's the matchup you want, running a slant to the outside. That is a tough proposition versus a bump and run corner, a guy that's going to be pretty athletic. You know, that's Pinnock. He's a corner. Of course, he should be able to cover Corrales, who's that big, should probably do something that's going to be up in the air, let him go up and get the ball.
This is the 4th third down in a row of 9 yards or more. Pretty nice pass under duress, and that will get yardage back down to the 40 or so, and maybe even a little closer to the first down, to the point where Carolina now has some options.
Something to pay attention to. Pittsburgh's base coverage is quarters. That time they shifted to 3 deep, that alerted me right there was a blitz coming. They go to 3 deep zone when there's a blitz coming, something they love to do. Coach Narduzzi talked about it.
Are you going for it? If you're Carolina, you know all the momentum is on Pitt's side. You're across the 50.
Yes, I think you have to right now to try to get back some of this momentum. The key for me is what play do you run? 4th and short.
Well, Dave's real good at short.
Well, quarterback sneak for me, it's 4th and look at the spot he got.
You're in shotgun.
I wouldn't be in shotgun personally, but you want me to just take over this one?
What exactly would you be in here? I'm just asking.
Quarterback sneak out of shotgun, Dave, is probably not your best call.
I'm just saying, you got a big quarterback who's a strong kid, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Elliott, he's known for big, athletic, strong. They gave him a great spot. I mean, for me, that's kind of the point. They gave him a great spot. They need this much. So why do you go back into shotgun? Even if you're a shotgun team, have a play under center. Just
some quarterbacks have not been under center,
right?
And so in today's world, back when we played football, quarterbacks got under center. You could go quarterback sneak. If you have a quarterback that hasn't been under center, Dave, you just can't come in here calling anything. You got to go with what you can do.
This is high-level college football.
Right.
Have a play where you can walk up to the center. There he is. Go under center, take the ball, and get a foot.
There was a study done. Lane Kiffin did this when he was at Alabama. Quarterbacks under center in short yardage situation, sneaks fumble the ball more than they do in the shotgun. That's why a lot of coaches, even on short yardage situations, like to stay in the shotgun.
Okay.
I don't like that. I'm with you, Dave. I'm with you. I think your quarterback should be under center, but they're not.
They are not. Kind of a pistol formation. They are going for it. 4th. They really do need about a foot, even though the yellow line looks like maybe a little more than that. Michael Carter, the true freshman tailback. He's going to shuffle to the left side and take a pitch. How about that? He'll get the first down.
I hate a pitch on 4th and short. I hate anything where your running back is moving parallel to the sideline, but this one worked. Those plays get you in trouble. You give guys like Booger McFarland a chance to split a defense and come up and make a play. Again, this one worked, but Dave, that probably wasn't your best play call. I don't think I like that one.
No disrespect to the Pitt guys up front. They don't have a Booger McFarland on this Pitt team.
Not at all.
Only we have a Booger McFarland.
Listen, Pitt had one. His name is Aaron Donald. He's now in the National Football League, and he's looking for a $100 million contract.
How about this? They pitch it back to Radcliffe Williams. Downfield. Touchdown. All this kid does is create touchdowns, whether it's kick, return, receiving, or through the air. He did it against Miami. Now he does it against Pitt.
Coach told us there would be trick plays in this game. When you have a bye week in the middle of a season, that's what you work on.
And by the way,
trying to get some trick plays.
What did you say about the next first down? Let's see what Carolina does. I mean, that wasn't exactly a play action. That was a little more than that.
Maybe I should be calling plays.
I think so.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Dave is 1 for 1. I'm 1-0.
I love it.
That was nifty. And Anthony Radcliffe Williams, I mean, he is good at that. He completed 2 passes, 1 for a touchdown against Miami, and he throws a touchdown here to Josh Cabrera that puts Carolina back ahead.
Aggressive defense, linebackers downhill. You take advantage of them, you go over top.
First time since September the Tar Heels have broken the 20-point plateau. And I think they're going to get some more tonight, don't you? Taco Bell is a proud partner of the College Football Playoff. Be on the lookout for Taco Bell student sections and passionate fans like these at games all season long. And when we say like these, you think it's good to be Juju Smith-Schuster and James Conner right now?
I think I need to go hang with those two guys.
They made their way into the student section.
They're way more fun than you two.
That's one of the things I always wanted to do at LSU. Go sit in the student section. They get there 2 hours before the game. They're always dancing. They're always having fun. And they know where all the parties are after the game.
Yeah, you guys you're doing all the work on the field. You think number 17 is enjoying his night? Anthony Ratliff-Williams, opening kickoff, about 4 broken tackles, and then the speed, 98 yards. He takes it all the way for a touchdown. Spectacular catch deep into Pitt territory to set up the second touchdown. And then, for good measure, he threw one.
When I played in Tampa, Coach Gruden would always say to me, when we're having a tough time, a tough go of it, he would always say, my playmakers have to make a play. Someone has to make a play to get this team rolling. Ratliff-Williams has done it twice tonight in a play where they needed momentum. It was looking a little bad for North Carolina for a minute. Huge play to get in the end zone.
Back up by 4. Another play fake to the wrong side. DiNucci throws on the move. That is caught. Nice catch and a pretty good pass on the run. Jester Weah, his first reception of the game.
Very impressed by DiNucci, his athletic ability, getting outside the pocket, throwing on the run. He looks very comfortable doing that.
Watch Weah, you run the cornerback off, nice tight turn and come downhill. You come downhill as a receiver, it makes it tough for a defensive back to make a play to get to the football, and then a great throw on the sideline.
You wouldn't know anything about that. All you did was run go route. So what do you know about coming back to the ball?
I've seen people do it.
Okay, good.
I mean, somebody got to get a first down.
I was just checking.
This guy,
first down was not my job.
And Jester Weah is a good go route runner. He's a big play receiver on the outside. Hand off Hall. Will get shoved out of bounds after a gain of a couple. Larry Fedora is, and we talked to Larry during the week about all the trials and tribulations, the injuries. He was upset that there was no penalty flag thrown on that play. He was proud of his kids for the effort against Miami, and he believed strongly that his team would come out and play hard tonight.
He said they've been great in the locker room, on the practice field. The issue becomes, how hard can you practice? And with a team you're trying to get better, with a bunch of new guys playing, and you can't practice hard because you're scared of penalties. This team has come out and played very well tonight for a team that can't practice very much because they just don't have the numbers.
DiNucci on target, first down, Pitt. Every team has injuries. Carolina has had way more than their fair share of injuries. These are players out for the season, including Austin Proehl. You might argue he's their best wide receiver. Andre Smith, maybe their best defensive player.
Well, no doubt. They got 18 guys that are out for the season and another 4 or 5 on the injury report every week. So, Joey, you alluded to it. It's tough to practice. It's tough to be physical at practice. Dave, the only way you get better at tackling is to hit somebody and be physical.
There's Austin Proehl, the receiver, kind of hiding under his hoodie. First down run for Pitt. Inside the 45 down to about the 43-yard line.
I played with Ricky Proehl out in his dad out in Seattle, and that just goes to show you that we're getting a little older now. Now that a guy played with his son,
speak for yourself.
The game,
okay,
his son is playing.
You're older than me. Speak
just
for yourself.
Just because you cut all your hair off, we can't see the grays.
Speak
for how
yourself.
Old you are.
Would there be some grays up there?
Not at all, Dave. Zero gray hair. You got to realize, Dave, I'm still in my 30s. All right, you enjoy are in your 40s.
Yeah, we definitely know if you grow it out, it ain't going to look like that. That's one thing we know. 2nd and 7. And DiNucci keeps it. That was a good play fake. He goes into a slide. This always depends on where the slide started. And they will look, and I think they gave him the first down yardage. Real close.
In that situation, if I'm a quarterback, dive.
Yeah.
You can find a nice soft space to land in that situation, dive, and there's no question about it. You're right. It's where you start your slide. And so now it's a judgment call by an official to say, where did it start?
That one, you could make an argument he started it short of where they spotted.
That's the thing. It's a judgment call at that point. Like, what is defined as a start?
And they are going to look at it upstairs in the replay booth. So they're going to look, and you're right, it's a judgment call, so it's hard to overturn a call on the field. Where does the slide start? But I think as soon as that motion begins for that quarterback.
Of what, his feet, his arms, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of body parts to say, where does a slide start?
Right, but the only other thing is your quarterback will go head first. Now he's open to being hit. At least when he starts to slide, he's giving himself up.
You scared of contact?
Quarterbacks are. I'm not.
Well, get down and slide and get down the right way. You can avoid contact.
All right, while they discuss, and you guys can keep discussing. It's not disgusting. It's a good conversation. Let's check in studio with Adnan.
Dave, that was not a Freudian slip. We can tell you are disgusted. Coming up on the Land Rover Halftime Report, we'll be talking a little halftime pick'em, Joy versus Jesse, and the biggest games of the weekend. And speaking of big games, Notre Dame versus Miami, Jonathan Velma is chomping at the bit to tell you all about Miami's O-line. Dave, you have our vote as offensive coordinator, and Booger turns 40 December 18th. Enjoy it while you can.
Man, you know what? That is good. That quick info.
I'm in my 30s.
I am. I'm 39. I'm still in my 30s.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You hanging on by a thread.
Hey, I never said how long.
By a thread. You started your slide into the 40s. How about that?
We don't need a replay booth to tell us that.
No,
Dave,
you started that slide.
Dave, calm down, Dave. Calm down now.
I think they are going to mark this back, by the way. I think he started that slide short of the first down.
After further review, the runner was stopped short of the line to gain. It will be 3rd down and 1 at the 31-yard line. Correction, 37-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 2:02.
So now they got to get all the details right to set up 3rd and 1.
But if you're Pittsburgh, to me, this really doesn't matter because I think you're coming out, you may run some jet sweep motion, but I think it's going to be inside zone to the right, downhill, be physical, give the football to your running back, number 22, Darren Hall. Let him get this first down.
Now Boog's trying to get into the play.
You leave the play call to me, would you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Easy.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Easy.
Okay, easy.
Dave got this.
Okay, Dave.
Left side this time.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it, Dave. Love it, Dave.
First down.
Yeah. You notice how Dave waited to see where the motion. No, Dave's gonna go in motion.
Both tight ends came over. Dave said, "Okay, they're going left."
Dave, in football, you gotta call it before they snap the ball. You can't wait. That's okay. We'll give it to you.
I'm still putting it in the win column.
I like it, Dave. It was a zone play, Dave. It was.
Yeah. I would not be a great play caller, but I do think you guys have made the point in this first half. Pitt's play calling and the sequence of play calling has gotten a lot better as this game has gone on. There's some of that jet sweep motion and a play fake to Hall. Danuzzi throws into coverage, knocked away, incomplete, but here's a penalty flag. And that really is a bailout call, in my opinion. That was not a smart throw. There were all kinds of Tar Heels in the area.
Pass interference, defense. First down.
And maybe it was a legit call, but that was not a good throw.
Yeah, not a good throw. I think that's a bad call. And I'm a receiver, and I've cried for interference calls my entire life. I believe that's a bad call.
In a situation like that, Joey, the defensive back can't panic. Okay, you can't put your hands and push the offensive guy. Turn around, and you'll catch the football.
And there's the throw leaning back. Dave, I like the play call. I like where he threw the ball. And we talked about DiNucci leaning back, throwing the ball. That's what happens. The ball ends up short. Should have been a touchdown pass. They have to work on this young man and coming forward when he throws the football.
Henderson in motion, gets the ball, 1st and goal, and fumbled it. It is scooped up by Carolina. I think that's a live ball. Coming the other way, it's Kason Collins, the linebacker, who's got great speed all the way into Pitt territory. What a turnaround play for the Tar Heels.
Gonna be close. Quadra Henderson coming around on the jet sweep was trying to get the ball to the pylon. Going to be close.
Running on the field was a fumble recovered by the defense. That play is under further review.
That ball's definitely out, and I think it hit his knee instead of going out of bounds.
Did he touch it while he was out of bounds is the question.
That's a good question.
If the ball touched him when he was out of bounds, then this is a dead ball.
This look may tell us. I don't think so.
No.
I think it may have touched the Carolina player's hand. Does Collins stay in bounds? Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
I think this play will stand.
That went from looking from a really good play by Pitt, love the play call, athlete out in space, to trouble.
Disaster.
Disaster. Here comes Carolina heading the other direction.
66-yard return, if it stands, by Collins, the senior linebacker. That ball out. I don't think it touched him while he was out of bounds. I think Collins stays in bounds.
Great play by Britt.
Great play.
Great play from the safety position. It's always the guy that picks up the ball that gets the credit for what's happening, but it's really the guy that causes the fumble that really makes the play in this situation.
Okay, we haven't seen that look. Still, that's not the foot. If anything hits it, I don't think that's the foot of Quadri Henderson.
And Joey, you mentioned Britt. Here's the reason that's a great play, Dave. As an outside defender, my job is to make the tackle outside or force the ball to turn back. How many times have you seen a cornerback allow the ball to turn the corner and that guy score that touchdown? The reason it was a great play is because of the fundamentals of Britt. Getting outside, not allowing Henderson to turn the corner outside.
Henderson's reaching the ball forward. He got caught in that moment. You know, in my short time in New England, for the Patriots, they always taught, we don't reach the ball out. We don't take this chance, and this is the reason. If you get hit in that moment, then this is what happens. So Belichick was like, you always keep the ball tucked, and if you can get it into the end zone, then you do so, but you don't take chances with the football this close to the end zone, trying to reach it across the goal line.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard you say that. So a Belichick teaching point.
Man, I got a whole
After
book
further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. First down.
What a gigantic play in this game. Pitt's going in for a touchdown with a minute to go in the first half to take the lead. And now Carolina, with all three of their timeouts deep into Pitt territory, has the ball and a chance to add to their lead.
And Pitt gets the ball coming out after the half. So how big is it to stop the momentum there? If you can get points on the board for Carolina, knowing Pitt gets the ball back, this will be huge.
What a play by both Britt, the safety, and Collins, the linebacker. Elliott going to throw across the field, knocked away, incomplete. Nice play on the ball by Pitt and Elijah Zeiss. This was before the game, by the way, the guy we're spotlighting who had that return. Cason Collins, just showing how tough he was.
Yeah, either tough or something else.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's 38 degrees down there, Dave.
He had the neck warmer on, no shirt on. But he kept the
neck
neck warmer on.
Okay.
Isn't that what that was?
Okay.
Handoff and stacked up right at the line of scrimmage to set up third down and long.
When I was in Philadelphia, Dave, we played the Eagles with the Buccaneers, and we had never won in 40-degree weather. So before the game, we came out, shirts off, everything. We were crazy.
Trying to prove a point.
Exactly.
Maybe that's what that kid was doing. Timeout. We'll be back right after this. You can stream every ESPN and ABC college football game live at home or on the go with the ESPN app. You also get scores, news, and so much more. But the games here at the University of Pittsburgh. We're off campus at Heinz Field for third down and 10. Carolina, that pass kind of lobbed up there and out of bounds, incomplete, with 37 seconds to go until halftime after the turnover and the long return. About a 51-yard field goal if Carolina tries it here on fourth down.
Receiver was open. Elliott was late on the throw. You got to get back, plant your foot, deliver the football. He was open. Throw was a little late.
Larry Fedora maybe also unhappy.
He's wondering about a pass interference, and I was wondering the same thing. It looked like he was early. I mean, it looked like sort of the same kind of play that we just had on the other side for Pitt. They didn't call it. Happens all the time. But I can understand Coach being upset.
Freeman Jones, who had his career-long last game against Miami.
Timeout, Pittsburgh.
So Pat Narduzzi calls a timeout. I don't know if he's icing him or if he's disorganized or what. We'll try to figure it out and be back right after this. Well, we're back here out of the timeout. Carolina was lined up to kick a field goal. Now Pitt's defense, base defense on the field, Carolina's offense on the field. What does Larry Fedora want to do? You think Elliott's going to throw or punt the ball?
He's awful close if he's punting.
You're right about that. 4th and 10, 37 seconds to go, and now Carolina uses one of its timeouts. This was what we were talking about before the break. Narduzzi calls a timeout, gave us a chance to look at this again. Was this pass interference?
This is absolutely pass interference. This worse pass interference than we just saw on the other side of the field on Carolina. This is a worse play.
Listen, when you slow it down, it looks like pass interference. The referee's not looking at it in a slow-mo. You look at it real time.
Both of them?
I'm just talking about it. Yeah, I mean, let's take a look at it in real speed,
please.
because to me, in real speed, the ball is late. This is a bang-bang play. Let them play football. Let them play football.
Yeah, real speed, that's pass interference.
It's close. It's close.
Don't challenge our truck.
All I'm saying is this. If you called one on Carolina on the other side that was questionable, then you also have to call that one. All you want is consistency as a coach and your officials. Be consistent.
As a receiver, do you want every call?
Yes.
This would be a career long for Freeman Jones. 51-yard try. The kick is up, and it looks pretty good. It is good. How about that? By far a career long for Freeman Jones. The turnover turns into 3 points, and North Carolina's lead is 24-17.
And I believe the thinking and bringing your offense out was to try to get Pitt to use their last timeout. Try to burn the last one, then you have nothing to worry about if you miss and they get the ball back.
Here's what I love about North Carolina. Old Mo went on Pittsburgh's side. Pittsburgh was coming downhill. Pittsburgh fumbled the jet sweep going into the end zone. North Carolina capitalized, and now this is a football game. We wondered how North Carolina would react tonight. 1-8 on the road. It's cold. They're here to fight tonight, Dave.
First half scoring, last 5 games. That's put together. Tonight, 24 points.
You mean 13 points in all 5 games?
Yeah.
That's not good.
Not good.
I mean, we knew it's been a struggle.
Yes.
I mean, and we knew that, but that's bad.
Well, and Nathan Elliott, the third-string quarterback, I mean, he's not been perfect, but these last 2 weeks, the offense has functioned better with him in the game.
He understands the system. His decision-making is really, really good. And as a quarterback, I'd rather have a guy, Dave, with great decision-making than have a guy with all the physical tools in the world, because decision-making will allow you to win football games.
You do have to be careful, Carolina does, with Quadri Henderson. So dynamic as a kickoff return man, and in the end zone, he will take a knee. So the touchback. Pitt will have the ball with 30 seconds to go until halftime. Friday on ESPN, the 6th annual Armed Forces Classic, honoring America's heroes. College hoops season is upon us, and it's a good matchup halfway across the world. Texas A&M and West Virginia in Germany on an Air Force base there, site of the inaugural event back in 2012. It's become a great tradition. 6 Eastern on Friday. That's tomorrow. Also available on the ESPN app. You guys ready for some college hoops?
We are. We see some great games Tuesday night.
In Chicago.
Champions Classic.
Champions Classic. We're releasing the top 25 in between games.
That is correct. The college football playoff rankings in between those two. DiNucci's going to run, the quarterback. This time doesn't slide. Takes
how about
a hit.
slide there where it doesn't matter? That's where you want to slide.
Yeah.
Well, he looked very unathletic trying to get down there.
He should have started his slide.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, make your mind up on that one.
And Pitt, what's the point of this here? With 10 seconds now, you're running a play. DiNucci will scramble and throw, and it is caught.
Stats, Dave.
But that's going to be padding the stats,
yeah,
and that's
DiNucci
it.
was 5 of 8. Get another completion in there.
Yeah, add a 6th. What a half for Anthony Ratliff Williams. Now we're just going to make sure that it is actually halftime. Oh no, they're putting a second back. So now, if Pitt gets the timeout, now that play means something. Now you at least, your quarterback, you figure, from close to midfield has the arm strength to get it to the goal line or close.
Well, he doesn't even have to get it to the goal line. Did we not watch the Dallas Cowboys and the Kansas City Chiefs on a Hail Mary situation? Alex Smith didn't throw it down the field. He threw a little screen pass, and now they were able to get a touchdown without throwing the Hail Mary.
All right, let's watch and see the timing. When he goes down, so he's down there, and I think that's the right call. First down, clock stops. There should be at least 1, maybe even arguably 2 seconds on the clock, but at least 1. We'll see if Pitt's got a Tyreek Hill.
Well,
I was thinking the same thing.
Effort.
I was thinking the same thing. If they got a Tyreek Hill,
they might not have a Tyreek Hill, but it's a new wrinkle that got everybody to thinking you don't always have to throw the Hail Mary.
They have Quadri Henderson.
Exactly. If you're going to put everybody back, throw it underneath, allow your guys to make plays. Maybe you get a block, maybe you pop one.
I would try Henderson. I mean, if you're thinking the same thing that we saw with Hill and the athletic play, I'm taking my chance with Quadri Henderson.
I mean, it's
Throw
funny.
It short and make a play.
It's funny that he's not even in the game. Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
When he didn't bring the kickoff out of the end zone, I thought something was strange.
Yeah, that did look unusual. DiNucci, can he buy any time? Being pressured. A block.
Don't you run this ball. Oh, Dave.
He is going to run it.
He's not Tyreek Hill.
He is not. He's not going to make it to the end zone. Now a penalty flag.
Penalty.
And that, if it's a defensive penalty, Pitt would get another chance.
Yep, half can in.
I don't think it is, though. So we got to wait. Don't go to the locker room yet. Let's wait and make sure. Now they're getting word, decline the penalty, and now the kids will.
Dave, you got to throw the ball.
Yeah,
if we're going to run one more play, you got to.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. That penalty's decline. Halftime.
Padding the rush stats. Well, we got Joey here with us, so that means in studio for halftime, it's Adnan, it's Jesse, and Jonathan Vilma is back there. Ready to hear from those guys?
Yeah. All the great research they're doing.
Yeah, they have some good researchers. Take it away, guys.
All right, thanks so much.
This is the ACC on ESPN from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. The Panthers and the Tar Heels as we get ready to start the third quarter. And North Carolina looking for their first ACC win. It has been a disastrous year for a proud program. Carolina playing well, though. They've got the 24-17 lead. Pitt is going to get the ball to start the second half. The kickoff deep to the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So the Panthers get it. Dave Fleming, Joey Galloway, Booger McFarland back here with you. Okay, guys, I mean, the question, I think it was very legitimate at the start of the game. Would Carolina come to play? 0-6 in the ACC, 1-8, nothing going right. We have our answer.
No doubt. They came to play from the opening kickoff. Ratliff Williams takes the football all the way back to the house. The Carolina defense, even when Pitt made a run, they made a play down by the goal line. So you have to love the fight. Larry Fedora talked about his team. They don't give up. They continue to fight, and we saw that in the first half.
And that's the key. Pittsburgh came back, and Carolina has every reason to quit. What are they playing for? And they kept fighting, got back, took the lead, and we'll see how they play in the second half. Can they finish?
Well, they just have not had leads. They haven't. They've played some close games, but this is their best performance. They played Miami tough, now playing Pitt tough on the road. That play goes backwards for the Panthers.
Dave, in the first half, over 70 yards rushing on the jet sweep. They started right there with the jet sweep. They're going to go back to that. They had a lot of success with that in the first half.
And they had their success when they had an athlete on a man-to-man situation, one-on-one. Give KJ Sales a lot of credit in that situation. Was out there in space by himself. We've seen him miss tackles tonight. He made that one for a big stop, set up a second and long.
And that was a safety, Jordan Whitehead, who'll play both ways a little bit, playing offense on that play. Second and 12. Ben DiNucci, the sophomore quarterback under center, play fake. Will throw short. That pass is caught by the tight end Clark, knocked out of bounds. Close, but I believe a little bit short of the first down. Let's go down to Laura Rutledge.
Dave, before this game, Pat Narduzzi said this game is personal because he's never beat UNC. These seniors have never beat North Carolina. And James Conner was just telling me he was in the locker room during halftime with Pitt. And he said, I can't repeat a lot of what was said, but he said Coach Narduzzi was really intense, kept telling the guys, we gave points away. We allowed them to get ahead in this game. And Conner told me it is personal. He said, look, I never beat North Carolina. They're the only team on the side of the ACC that we play every single year that I never beat.
Hey, look at that. Under center, quarterback sneak, 3rd and 1, first down.
There you go, Dave. Great play call, Dave.
Yeah, it's a nice call.
That's a great one there.
It was good. I didn't want to ignore what Laura was saying because there was a lot of interesting stuff, but I did.
You wanted to take credit for the quarterback sneak is really what you wanted to do, Dave.
You know he did.
Well, and you can imagine it was spirited in that Pitt locker room because let's flip it to the Pitt side. This is the 3rd year for Pat Narduzzi. 3rd year, that's supposed to be where your stamp, your imprint is on a program. And they've got 4 wins. They need 2 more to be bowl eligible this game and 2 more after this. If they lose this one, to beat Virginia Tech and Miami back-to-back is going to be a tall order. I think Pitt was thinking this is a must-win. What an effort there for the first down. Still on his feet. That is Maurice French.
That's just effort. All that is right there is pure effort. You got 3 or 4 North Carolina defenders out there. He catches the football. Just pure effort by French saying, you know what, I'm not going to be denied right here no matter how many guys out there. As a coach, you love to see that.
He's got an extra F in his last name. It's French with 2 F's, maybe fortitude.
Does that still sound the same?
It does. You still pronounce it French.
Just making sure.
We'll see if we can get a shot on the back of that jersey. Interesting spelling of the last name for Maurice French. Hall gets the ball left side. Nice patient run. Takes a big hit, but into North Carolina territory.
Hall 59 yards in the first half, but he had 2 touchdowns. If you're Pitt, and the way Hall's been running the ball in the past 2 games that we spoke about, you want to get him going early in this game. They did a nice job in the first drive. Now they need to keep it going and just continue to feed this young man, run the football.
Coming into tonight, he had been the hottest running back in the ACC. Huge monster performance at Duke. Backed it up with a nice game against Virginia. He will not get the ball. DiNucci keeps. DiNucci first down. And takes a hit at the end of the play down to the 25.
And I wonder if DiNucci sliding, not getting the first down, is now making him in a mindset of, let me run it up in there. Now, I didn't think he should have slid before when he didn't get the first down. These ones you want to avoid. There's 3 defenders right there. If you're a quarterback, you want to avoid that hit.
Great athletic ability, too, on the zone read. Number 12, Fox was reading him. DiNucci had enough speed to get to the outside. Very impressive by the young quarterback.
I do think he has showed some athleticism in this game. I mean, he's not a polished passer yet, but he's got some athletic ability.
He's looked his best, Dave, outside the pocket. Notice when they sprint him out, bootlegs, get him outside the pocket, because that does 2 things. Number 1, gives him better vision, better sight lines. Number 2, it gives him a run-pass option, which I think he likes.
And you can't lean back on your back foot if you're on the run outside the pocket. And that's been an issue when he throws the ball from the pocket. He's leaning back, and we saw it in the corner route. He threw it short because he's leaning back. If you're on the run, you can't do that. So if I'm the Pitt coaching staff, then I'm thinking, let me get my young quarterback on the run, and he'll get the ball out much better, much more efficient.
Cason Collins, who's playing a nice game at linebacker for Carolina, was down on a knee after that play. Walks off the field, so hopefully we'll see him back in the game. You might notice number 54, Alex Buchser, the right guard, good player up front for Pitt, had to change jerseys at halftime. Was wearing 78. I guess that jersey ripped, so they had to put him in number 54, but it's the same guy. They have run behind him successfully in this game. That is Hall picking his way forward, spins ahead, gets 5 on first down.
And speaking of Buchser, he just got out to lead that run, pulled around the left side, and got a nice block picking off the linebacker.
Love this play here, Dave. One back counter with the shovel pass option. Notice DiNucci had the option to give it, or he could have flipped it inside on the shovel pass. Nice little either-or combination there by Pitt.
At the very end of that play, not quite after the whistle, so no penalty, he tossed a Carolina defender basically in the air. 2nd and 5. Panthers over 300 yards of offense. They're moving the ball in this game. Hall, right side, 15, 10. It'll be 1st and goal, Pitt.
We talked about it early in the game. All the jet sweep action, Dave. What that does is that gets the defense to looking. Their eyes get lazy, and now the inside zone starts coming downhill. It's just window dressing. Hall coming downhill, being physical. North Carolina has got a man up on the outside.
11-yard run to the 9, 1st and goal, Pitt, trying to tie the game on their first possession of the second half. Olesen in motion. Now Henderson comes across. They give it to Hall straight ahead. Huge hole. Touchdown. He's got another one.
Whatever conversation it was in the locker room that Laura talked about, a spirited conversation, the Pitt offense came out with an attitude and ran the football.
Third touchdown of the game for Darren Hall, who has really emerged in the second half of the season for Pitt. An extra point away from tying this game. 9 plays, 75 yards, better than 5 minutes, and almost all of it on the ground. That physical play you're talking about. Kick is up, and it is good. There has been a history the last few years of drama between these two teams. Doesn't it feel like we're going to get that again tonight? A tie game here in the third quarter. Pitt and Carolina after Darren Hall's third touchdown of the evening. Well, our next top-ranked boxing event comes to you Saturday from Fresno, Central California. Co-main events. That's Artur Beterbiev and Enrico Colling for Andre Ward's vacated IBF light heavyweight belt. I'm learning about all this stuff, guys.
I like
I'm
it,
trying.
Dave. I like it.
Jose Carlos Ramirez, he's got to get a win against Mike Reed. That's a big fight for him. He's a local kid. They love him in Fresno. 10:30 Eastern, Saturday. Also on the ESPN app. Touchback. As Carolina and Pitt are tied 24-24. Nathan Elliott and the Tar Heels offense back on the field. First start of his career, the sophomore, who was a multi-sport athlete, as almost all these guys are in the state of Texas. He's part of a couple different high school relay championship teams, coached by his dad, Bill, who's a distinguished high school football coach in Texas at Salina High School, and holds a lot of those schools' records. Wasn't highly recruited, but had some options. Came to North Carolina. They don't have a lot of Texas players on this roster. The kids like to call him Tex, and Nathan Elliott has played well.
And as a coach's son, he shows that. He understands the football game, makes good decisions. Daddy will be proud tonight.
He's going to keep it here. Gets ahead for about 2 on first down.
And Carolina has to be a lot better on first down. We've seen toward the end of the first half, started to struggle on the first downs. And that's when Pitt came back and take the lead. When they were getting the stops on first down, it makes it easier on a young quarterback. We're talking about Elliott that hadn't played a whole lot, comes in against Miami. This is his first start, so he has to get better on first down and gaining some yards.
Hands it off this time. Right side running. Tripped up outside the 30. Falling forward to about the 32, Jordan Brown.
Been a while since we've seen a play made by this Pat Narduzzi defense. Some blitzing off the edge. You get the feel that he's not going to sit back much longer, guys.
3rd and 3. We'll see what they do. Elliott. Short, quick drop. That pass caught. Where's the spot going to be? I think short by a few inches. Larry Fedora is right there. He's arguing for the forward progress, but he doesn't get it.
At this. He will definitely want to take a look at this.
Yeah. When does he have control? He catches it there.
I think he's right at the line, don't you? I
know on the field. As the runner was stopped short of the line of the game. The play is under further review.
It's not the perfect angle, but is he at the 35? I think he is. His whole body's across the 35.
We can say he is closer to that line than where the spot is.
Yes.
The spot was definitely a little short. And it's tough for an official. He's moving back. The play's coming at him. From his angle, that is tough to see exactly where he catches that ball.
And the key will be when the official deems it that he has control of the football. Because he's coming back. Did he bobble it? Does he have full control? At that point is where forward progress will stop.
I think he's got it right there, don't you?
Looks like it.
That looks like a first down to me. It looks like a fairly easy, reviewable first down because the ball, the first down is right at the marker. And you can see his feet are beyond. So when he catches the ball, he definitely is not short where the official marked him.
I agree with you. It is a big call because I don't think Carolina's all that likely to go for it, even on 4th and inches.
No, not even with you making the play calls would they go for that.
Even if I would like them to.
Yeah, not on the 30, not on the 34.
Dave would love to run a quarterback sneak right here.
I would, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. We'll see what they decide. I'm with you guys. I think there's enough there to say he got to that 35-yard line. It is helpful coming off the touchback that you have a definitive yard marker.
Yes.
Makes the replay official's job a little easier. Now, Pat Narduzzi's taken this opportunity to chew on the officials on the other side of the field.
After further review, the runner made the line to gain for a first down. The ball be placed at the 35-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 8 minutes, 40 seconds.
And I think that was well explained by both of you, all the aspects of that play that they were looking at. big call.
And let's see what North Carolina does on first down. They have to get better. They have to find some success on this play. This is the most important play in the series. Can they shorten down what they need for a first down?
And if you flip it over from the Pitt side, how long is Pitt just going to sit back and play this quarter's coverage? Are they going to come after Elliott a little bit?
Look at the difference in rush yards. Over 220 for Pitt. Carolina's got 27 rushing yards. Pitt showing pressure, bringing pressure. Elliott got rid of it, and a spectacular catch. Not a huge gain, but that was a pretty nice play.
No doubt about it. But you knew that Pat Narduzzi wasn't going to sit back long. Here we come.
The linebacker,
two linebackers
loves
up.
It.
Yes.
That is a staple in Narduzzi's defense. Both linebackers up the gut. If you can beat that, then you can beat Pitt's defense because they are going to send their linebackers.
And 5 yards, didn't beat him for a huge play, but positive gain, one of their best on first down of the night. Now a handoff left side. Whistle still hasn't blown. Finally it does, maybe 2 yards short of the first down.
You get 5 yards on a cross-dog blitz on Narduzzi's defense, that's a win.
Yeah.
You know, you're set up 2nd and 5, and I believe anybody, any play caller, any offense in the country would take a 2nd and 5 when a team is blitzing with their favorite stunt, their favorite blitz, and you get 5 against it.
Carolina's 2 of 7 on third downs. They need a couple yards here. Need to get to the 45. Elliott, another short drop, throws across the middle. Nice delivery, right on target, broken tackle. There's number 17 again. Every time he has touched the ball in this game, something really good has happened for North Carolina. Anthony Ratliff-Williams.
And he needs to touch it more. If I'm Carolina, I'm finding ways to get Ratliff-Williams the football. He's been a big play guy. He's willing to go in the middle, make a guy miss, and get you 12 yards.
He has touched it 6 total times, 6 in this game. 216 yards. Now that's including the 98-yard kick return. 2 touchdowns have resulted. The kick return, plus he threw for a touchdown. He's touched it 6 times. He needs to get the ball more.
Not enough.
Play fake. And that ball batted at the line of scrimmage, incomplete.
Love when the guys get in the backfield, knock the ball down, putting heat on the quarterback. Elliott is too comfortable back there in the pocket right now. He's stepping up. He's feeling good about himself. Now you got to bring some pressure. Love bringing Brightwell right up the gut. Make Elliott uncomfortable. Narduzzi always makes the opposing quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. He's got to do that now as Elliott is settled in for North Carolina.
They definitely have been a little more varied on first down. Now running it on second down. Brown still not down. Great effort from him. He gets 10 yards plus. And that's not Brown, that's Michael Carter, who's the little guy, the true freshman, just 5'9", 195. He can play. So 1st and 10, North Carolina. You've been talking about it all game long. First down has to get better for the Tar Heels. That was 2nd down and 10, but I think mission accomplished on this drive. They're doing some different things. Sprinting out left, Elliott throws the ball away.
I'm not quite sure what they're looking for on this play. It almost like a broken play. If you look downfield, it really wasn't a clean route.
It wasn't.
The ball to.
I thought Ratliff-Williams was trying to do a double move on his safety. They were in quarters coverage there. Looked like he wanted to kind of do a double move. Elliott, the timing just wasn't there.
2nd and 10. Near long field goal range now. Carolina's kicker has kicked a 51-yard field goal in this game. But I think the Tar Heels would like much more. Handoff Carter. Got a yard.
And this is a pretty good answer. I mean, whether you get points or not, Pitt comes out of the locker room, runs the ball down your throat, and gets into the end zone to tie the ball game. And now again, Carolina, how can you answer? We know you're limited. We know you have injuries, but this is a nice long drive, taking time off the clock. If they can get points, it's a big bonus, but this is an impressive drive.
Carolina is about to get heated up right now by Narduzzi.
3rd and 9 for the Tar Heels. See if Pitt brings the pressure. They rush 4, and it was picked up. That throw across the middle for a first down. Daz Newsome, the true freshman, caught it and turned it into 10 plus.
And how calm was Elliott in the pocket? That is showing confidence in your guys up front. You see a lot of guys moving around, a lot of moving parts. Great pickup by your offensive line. There was a stunt, great pickup, and confidence by Elliott, knowing his guys up front could handle whatever look he was going to get.
That's the third conversion on third down on this drive. This is the 12th play of the drive. Toward the end zone, it is knocked away, incomplete. Trying to go back to Newsome.
This is the second time we've seen Elliott throw a corner route, and we talked about the pass interference on the other one at the end of the first half. In this situation, ball has come out now, has to be gone. This ball is up in the air. It allows for a defensive player to recover to this ball, but if this ball is out and it's on time, that should be a touchdown.
Attacking the safety once again. They did that early in the first half, coming back to it, attacking the safety, number 27, Brian Garner.
That throw a little quicker, and I think that attack would have worked. So it's 2nd and 10. I think that was hoping to be another trick play. It was read beautifully. Roscoe Johnson, kind of a jet sweep style look for the Tar Heels. Not as effective as when Pitt's given the ball.
When a defense is in blitz mode, it is tough to run trick plays because they're already looking for gaps. They're already being aggressive. Plays that are going sideways are tough to run. You run into situations where guys are in your backfield, tough to get around.
So that's a big loss. It's 3rd and 16, moving back towards longer field goal range here. Play clock down to 4, down to 3. Can they get it snapped? They do, just barely, and I mean barely. Elliott gets sacked. Sean Idowu from the linebacker spot brought the pressure and got Elliott to the ground.
Love Idowu there coming inside. The guy, the defensive tackle, comes up the field. He falls underneath. Almost like a little natural game there.
So you end up losing 10 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Instead of a 38-yard field goal, it's a 48-yard try. The kick is up, and it is just inside that upright and good. So it didn't matter for Freeman Jones. He is having the best night of his career. And you said it, Joey. That's impressive, even if it's just 3 points.
Yep.
Good answer by the Tar Heels.
Great answer.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football, brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. Join ESPN in celebrating the Marine Corps' 242nd birthday tomorrow, November 10th. Happy birthday, Marines.
Some great shots from all across the globe of our veterans who we appreciate so much, and not only the men and women who are serving now across the country, but how about 3 as a part of our crew? That's Rick Scrotenbohr, who drives our cart down on the field. Rick, our A2 Sean Weathersby, who is in the booth with us to help us with our audio, and Sean works hard for us week in and week out, and we appreciate Sean, and not just his service to us, but especially to the country. And Joe Sullivan, who is our stats man, and Joe is with us here in the booth too. So Joe, thank you for your service, all our men and women.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yes, we appreciate it. And we I think our A2 on the field, Brian Duffy, is he a veteran as well?
Yeah.
So we have 4 members of our crew, and we appreciate all of you and our men and women who are serving around the country. Okay, Joe, you can go back onto your headset now. Keep working the numbers for us. Yeah. Well, we appreciate their service, and as we get close to Veterans Day, Veterans Weekend, all our men and women.
Dave, we got a ball game. Teams going back and forth right now. Who's going to make the right adjustments in this game?
Pitt with the ball back. DiNucci, nifty move. And DiNucci is making some plays with his feet. The ball came out sort of at the end of that play. Close to a first down, stopped about a yard short.
And we haven't seen Quandre Henderson make a play yet. I mean, in the second half, we haven't seen him touch a ball. It's been a while. You start to wonder, is he healthy? It just doesn't seem like they're making an effort to get the ball in his hands. He's a big play guy. We know what he's been in the return game. We know what he is in the jet sweep game. And right now, he's just been used as a guide, as a decoy.
Yeah, you're right about that. 2nd and 1. He is on the field. He'll come in that jet sweep motion. They did not give it to him. They hand the ball straight ahead running for a first down. Pitt. That is not Darren Hall. Shantez Moss, who doesn't get a lot of carries for Pitt, and a chance to rush one time, and he gets the first down. He'll come off the field now. There is Quadri Henderson. Can they get him involved? Back to pass on first down. DiNucci across the middle. There's Henderson with the catch. Tackled right at the first down mark.
Ran a jerk route, and that was against a linebacker. You see man-to-man coverage. You go to the middle. You have the option to go right, left, or go upfield. He stopped his feet and then decided to go to the right. Nice throw, nice read by DiNucci.
It was almost like Coach Narduzzi heard you there. Say, hey, it's time to get him to 10 the ball a little bit. He's definitely a playmaker, not just on the jet sweep. Anytime he touches the football, he can make a play.
It was a good tackle, too, because I think Pitt likes, if you get him the ball where he's running inside in the open field, they feel like that's a big play waiting to happen. So Cole Holcomb prevented that from his middle linebacker spot. It is a Pitt first down. Handoff, Hall cuts back middle to the 40. Jumps across another would-be tackler inside the 40 to the 36.
You see this offensive line heating up. This second half, they have been physical. They've come out with an attitude. We're going to run the ball. As a running back, you can make one cut and nobody touches you. That's how you get these bigger plays. That's how you get to the second level.
It's amazing what's happening. The jet sweep action is allowing the defensive end to stay wide. So when they run the inside zone to the right, the cutback lane is there because the jet sweep is keeping the defensive end honest. Sister plays are working here for Pitt.
I mean, you love those numbers from Hall. I do think the question that you guys asked early tonight was, where was he early in the season? They weren't giving him the ball. DiNucci runs it again. That time slid down at about the 31-yard line.
We have to work on DiNucci's slide.
We do.
His slide is not very good right now.
And when he uses the slide, and that's the earlier he runs into 3 defenders head first.
If you're sliding to home plate trying to avoid a tag, maybe that was a pretty good one. Otherwise, I don't know about that last one. Henderson comes to the sideline on second down at about 5. Could be the final play of the third quarter with the Panthers on the move again and really gashing North Carolina on the ground. Handoff. Ollison gets tackled, and I think that was a face mask. He got ripped to the ground. That was going to be a big loss. And Jalen Dalton, who...
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 97, 15-yard penalty, first down.
He's the NFL prospect on the defensive line for Carolina. He cannot keep himself from committing major penalties. It's been a theme all year long.
I mean, he's a huge athletic guy, and he's just reaching right there. You got to move your feet. Oftentimes when you get lazy, you don't move your feet. Long, athletic, needs to put a little weight on, but he definitely has all the measurables to play on the next level, Dave.
Well, North Carolina in position. Can they finish it off and get their first ACC win? 15 minutes to find out with the Panthers on the move here at home on Veterans Weekend as we get the college football weekend started here in Pittsburgh. Joe Sullivan, the veterans, part of our great crew. Our thanks to them. 27-24, Carolina. Back here for the start of quarter number 4. Dave Fleming, Joey Galloway, Booger McFarland. Pitt on the move. DiNucci keeps an option-style play. Maybe should have given it to Hall.
You know what? And I believe that lets North Carolina's defense off the hook when you run that kind of play. You've been physical. You've had big running plays with your running backs. Stick with it. How many body blows can North Carolina take? We talked about their injuries and the fact that they can't go physical in practice and they can't tackle and they lack depth now because of the injuries. How many body blows can they take with your run game? And the offensive line is playing very physical in the second half.
But that was a staple play, though. That was either a shovel pass or an outside pitch there. DiNucci just held the football entirely too long.
2nd and 9 in the red zone at about the Carolina 15. Handoff Hall. That burst, that power, that tackle-breaking ability. Touchdown! 4th touchdown of the game for Darren Hall. And it's close. They'll look at it. For now, though, he's in.
That needs to be your staple play. I mean, for the rest of this game, because you've been so physical, run it downhill. See how long Carolina can last.
Just simple inside zone.
I think he's a little short?
I think he's short. This just sets up a chance for Dave to make a play call. That's all this is.
All I have to choose is left or right, because we know who's getting the ball.
Exactly. Inside zone, Dave. Here they come.
I think he's short. They're looking. And apparently,
ruling on the field is a touchdown. That play is under further review.
They want to look some more, and I think rightfully so. You have to do it if you have a replay system, even though people at home might say, oh, come on, he's an inch short. Why even waste everybody's time? You never know. The snap could be fumbled. If something could go wrong.
And I don't think we say, why do you waste your time looking at it? It is now, how long does it take to look at it?
Yes.
Like, he's short. There's no doubt about it. He is short. And so the process of how long you look at this play to spot the ball basically is the question. How long does it take?
Well, North Carolina has been in this position before. Lead entering the fourth quarter. Tonight, another lead. They have not finished off any of those games against Power 5 teams. Cal, Louisville, Duke. Can they find a way to get it done here against Pitt?
And some of that has to do with their depth. You know, coaches talked about all the guys they've lost for the year. When does that depth come into play? Late in the fourth quarter when guys get tired? How do you finish ball game? Can guys that are tired, that have played a lot of plays during the game, can they make plays in the fourth quarter?
And now in this situation, and Miami wasn't on the list, but if you go back to their last game against Miami, against a top 10 team in the country, against a team that is undefeated, you have the football in the fourth quarter, only down 5 points, and you fumble it away. Those are the ones that'll hurt you. Those ones kill your morale. Those ones make it tough to go back in the locker room and say, hey, let's get ready to go again.
After further review, the runner's right elbow was down prior to the ball breaking the plane. The ball be placed at the half-yard line. First down. Please reset the game clock to 14-14.
He knew. He knew. So get the mouth guard back in and get in there and get number 4 on the next play.
Is there any doubt who's touching this ball?
To me, there is zero doubt. It's just a question of which side. And both sides have been effective. I mean, they've run the ball well.
Yeah,
to the left,
half, they've been
to the right.
Flem, call the play right now. Flem,
okay.
Call it.
They're going right side run here to Hall. Okay, how about straight ahead? He got stuffed and lost a yard. See, I don't like that. You've been more successful picking one side or the other on that inside zone.
When they came across in motion, you got no shift out of the defense of North Carolina. They stayed in their spots. They're thinking, let's just get penetration, see if we can make a stop. There is nowhere to go. And we talked about how physical this Pitt offensive line has been. Give credit to the North Carolina defensive line in this situation. There is like 6 guys in the backfield.
A lot of penetration up front.
9th play of the drive, better than 5 minutes, 2nd and goal. This time going left, Hall. There it is, touchdown. Number 4 of the game. He's just too strong. I mean, this kid is tough. Cole Holcomb, the middle linebacker who leads the Tar Heels in tackles, could not get him to the ground.
That's a good play call there. Toss, lead, guard pulls.
And for the 4th time in this game, Darren Hall punches it in, having another big game for Pitt. All the history of great running backs in this program, from Dorsett to LaShawn McCoy, James Conner. How about Darren Hall having himself a night? Pitt back ahead. From this beautiful city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, an ACC matchup, 4th quarter, and we've got a good one. These two teams, a history the last several years of playing games that come right down to the wire. This feels like another one. Darren Hall, the tailback for Pitt, his 4th touchdown of the night. And the Panthers back ahead. They will kick it deep to North Carolina. The Tar Heels looking for their first ACC win. That's a touchback. Carolina offense coming back on the field. Let's quickly check down on the sideline with Laura Rutledge.
Yeah, guys, for the Pitt defense, we saw Elijah Zeiss go off the field with a right shoulder injury, and they began working on it on the sideline over here. It was a pretty intense process. They laid him down on the sideline and wrapped that shoulder and tried their best to put it back into place. He's been moving it around a lot. They've done a couple strength tests trying to make sure he can get out there back on the field, but he asked for his helmet, said he's ready to go. The athletic training staff giving him the all clear. Interesting to see how effective he is if that shoulder's still bothering him.
If you got to put something back into place on me, you can take me on in. It's over. I'm going to go ahead and hit the shower.
Little play fake. Elliott across the middle, incomplete. Trying to hit his tight end. Fritz, here comes a penalty flag. I think there was either a piece of the jersey.
Just a little grab. Sometimes they miss that.
Not this time.
Pass interference. Defense, number 20. First down.
Let's see what we think.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, he had him.
Yeah, and it's been a while since we've seen Carolina take a shot at these safeties of Pitt. We talked about it earlier. We've seen him go downfield earlier. It is time. If you're Carolina, you're thinking Ratliff Williams. We got to get this young man the ball. Let's see if we can go downfield and do it on the inside against a safety.
Isn't it amazing, guys, as Carolina hands the ball off on first down. Nice gain across the 45 and the fall all the way out close to the 48-yard line to set up second and short. This is only the second time Carolina has had the ball since halftime. Pitt has had 2 long scoring drives. They've been playing keep away.
And the reason they have to stay on the field on offense, their defense just went 9 plays, 5 minutes. 9 plays, 5 minutes. They're tired. They're worn out. Offensively, you have to get some first downs to stay on the field.
They've had one, looking for a second on 2nd and 3. It is a second, and Anthony Ratliff Williams having a big game in all facets. Another catch, first down, Tar Heels.
Nice play design right there, getting one of your receivers the ball in space right there. I'd make a lot of plays tonight getting number 17 the football. He's been a playmaker all night long. That was good play design by Carolina.
4 catches, 72 yards, a 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, plus a touchdown pass, a spin away from a would-be tackler to make something positive. Still going, the freshman Daz Newsome, still going. What a great effort by Newsome for a Carolina first down.
Rashad Weaver is going to be kicking himself. Man. Number 17, Rashad Weaver had an opportunity to make a big play in the backfield right there, Dave, and he missed him. And usually what happens when you miss a tackle, the other team makes you pay.
What about when you miss 5?
Or 6.
They make you really pay. Close to the 30, first down, Carolina, down by 4.
Dave, call me crazy. If I'm Carolina, I'm milking the clock. This early in the game, I'm milking the clock. I'm shortening up this game. My defense is struggling to get stops. They're tired. I'm milking the clock.
I don't think you're crazy. Hand off Brown. I think that's kind of what they're trying to do. Jordan Brown got a yard on first down.
Even with milking the clock, though, they still have to run their offense. Carolina's down right now. Carolina still has to figure out a way to put points on the board. You can't go into 4-minute offense or 8-minute offense. I understand your defense is tired, but guess what? Those fellas on scholarship too. They're going to have to make a play on defense at some point if they're going to win this football game.
That is great to say, but if we're shorthanded and they are physically whipping us, you got to stay on the field.
Elliott completes it on a little slant. Short of the first down. It'll be third down, Tar Heels.
And I don't think milking the clock changes your play call. You know what I mean? You run the plays that you think can be successful. It just depends on how quickly you snap it with time on the clock. This is a 3rd and 4. This opens up the entire playbook. This might be 2-down territory, but I'm going to make sure I use every last second on this play clock to let my defense rest.
Doesn't look like that's what they're doing.
Nope.
They snap it with about 20 on the play clock. Over the top, it is dropped. That was in the hands and was going to be a first down, 1st and goal, and it was just dropped by Roscoe Johnson. What a big play that is.
We talked about Elliott throwing these corner routes. This one was thrown on much better timing. You got to make this play. Those are the plays that make the difference between teams like Carolina getting wins and not getting wins. Those kind of plays in the 4th quarter.
It was almost like Johnson was trying to get his feet in bounds and not worried about catching the football, and to me that's the mistake he made.
Freeman Jones having the best game of his career, but this is a big kick for him to try to make it a 1-point game from 43 yards. Good snap and hold. Can he hook it inside? It hits the upright and is no good. No good. Carolina gets nothing.
You drop a ball you miss a field goal, and you send a defense back on the field that just went 9 plays, 5 minutes to give up a score. They're tired.
That hurts. Pat Narduzzi knows that was a big sequence for his Panthers looking for their 5th win of the year. Big sequence in this game. Carolina drops a pass, would have been 1st and goal. They clang a field goal off the upright, get nothing out of an impressive offensive drive. So they still trail by 4. Plenty of time left, 10-22, but they have not been able to stop the Pitt offense in the second half. 2 possessions, both of them 9 plays, 75 yards, ending up in the end zone. They need to go, what, 74 this time? We'll see if they can do it. Darren Hall gets swamped at the line of scrimmage. In fact, he lost a yard. Let's go down to Laura Rutledge.
Well, Dave, we've already seen Freeman Jones hit a 51-yard field goal in the same direction here in this stadium, but then he just missed one just now. And when you talk to NFL kickers, they say this is one of the most difficult places to kick field goals, especially going in that direction on the field because of the water that is nearby and the wind starts swirling around. It's just your best guess of where any kick will go. We'll see if maybe that factors in even later on in this game.
It definitely has that reputation. Good point, Laura. In the NFL, DiNucci spins away from a sack, trying to get out of the pocket and flings it ahead. Wow, that was dangerous, but that counts as a throwaway to prevent the sack. It's 3rd and 11.
That's a second torn jersey. These new throwback uniforms must not be must be weak.
That was a great pass rush, though, by the defensive end Fox there, forcing DiNucci out of the pocket. Big down right now for North Carolina on 3rd down.
Jeremiah Clark is the one who ripped the jersey. DiNucci's going to have to play 3rd down with that piece of fabric just kind of flapping off to the side. 3rd and 11. Feels like an enormous play for Carolina's defense trying to get off the field.
They are bringing the house.
They do, and DiNucci somehow got away, still on his feet. DiNucci, can he find a way to get the 1st down? No. Wow, that would have been a backbreaker for Carolina.
And that was attitude. That was, we are getting off the field on this play. We are going to send the house 2 linebackers and a safety to get after DiNucci. You got to make the tackle originally, but they rallied well as a defense to bring him down short of the 1st down and get off. This is the most important 3 and out for Carolina,
without a doubt,
maybe on their season. This is a tired defense that has dealt with downhill running in this second half, and they get a 3 and out at the right time.
I'll give Jalen Dalton credit, the kid we were talking about on the last possession, he's the guy who finally did get Ben DiNucci to the ground. So that was big. Now the punt, and a low line drive punt.
Come get it. Come catch the ball.
And he will play it on a bounce and make some yardage across the 40 out to about the 42. MJ Stewart, that saved some field position for Carolina. So the Tar Heels looking for their first ACC win of the year. The defense gets the ball back for the offense. They trail by 4.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football, brought to you by Jarrett, the Galleria of Jewelry.
One of the most fun things about coming to Pittsburgh to do a Pitt game is to soak in the football history of this proud program. Ditka, Marino, Dorsett, all in the Hall of Fame. You think Larry Fitzgerald will be there someday? I think he will be, almost unquestionably. Ironhead Hayward, Curtis Martin, LaShawn McCoy, Dion Lewis, James Conner, Ray Graham. What a history of running backs in particular in this program. And Darren Hall tonight is having a great game, leading the way for the Panthers. 122 yards, 5.5 a carry, 4 touchdowns. But Carolina gets the ball back, down 4 here with 8:33 to go. Ratliff Williams comes in motion. Elliott pressured, throws on the run, and that is incomplete. Trying to set up Michael Carter.
You talk about Darren Hall tonight, the last 2 games, and if Pitt's going to get bowl eligible, they need to win tonight, but then they need to knock off either Virginia Tech or Miami. Can they do that? Can this offensive line continue to help Hall run the ball the way he has been? And if they can, he's going to be the key. He has to have big games against one of those defenses to get this team bowl eligible.
2nd and 10 for North Carolina after the defense came up with a much needed 3 and out stop. The delivery right on time for a first down and more to Jordan Cunningham coming across the middle into Pitt territory.
Nice little play call there. That's a design play to get the receiver coming underneath. Some people call it a little pick, a little rub. Great throw by Elliott there. I'm interested in seeing how this North Carolina team fights. We talked about the close losses. Can they finish a game and pull one out?
17-yard completion there. Play fake on first down. Elliott will throw over the top into coverage, incomplete. Looking for Daz Newsome.
Where's Ratliff Williams? Went across the field on a post in a man-to-man situation. If I'm Elliott, if I'm Carolina, if I'm Fedora, I'm trying to find a way to get Ratliff Williams the football. If I see him in man-to-man coverage, which he was on the last play, I don't care what route he's running, he's going to get the football. He's my big play guy, and when in this situation I need a play, let me get the ball in his hands.
He's on the sideline to tie his cleat. Handoff, and that is a nice gain inside the 30 for another Carolina first down. Good burst from Jordan Brown. Tar Heels getting to the line quickly. Here comes that Larry Fedora up-tempo offense.
And you go up-tempo and you say Ratliff Williams is on the sideline getting a cleat tied. He can't get back on the field for you. In this situation, I'm going to take my time and get my playmaker back.
I'm with you. Elliott faked it, got a block, will keep it and go out of bounds inside the 20. Got 7, maybe 8 yards on first down.
Same play back-to-back. The first time he handed it off, the second time, guess what? Elliott kept the football because he read the defensive end. Smart, heady play. Great decision-making by young Elliott on back-to-back plays.
And look who came back on the field.
Got that cleat tied up nice and tight on a second and short. Dave, you taking a shot here, you're going to run it. This is what you're going to do.
Dave, a quarterback sneak.
If I think Ratliff Williams was out there all alone, I'm looking to get him the ball. Instead, across the middle to the tight end, it'll be first and goal.
I like the play call, Dave. I love the play call. You got second and short. You're already in scoring position. You're in the red zone. You got 2 more plays, maybe 3. Take a shot downfield. I love it.
16 yards. First and goal, Tar Heels trying to go back in front. Hand off to Brown. Got back to the line of scrimmage. It's second and goal. I would assume, guys, with the clock winding down 4, that you're taking 4 plays to try to punch it in.
Well, no doubt about it. And right now, if you're Josh Conklin, you're Pat Narduzzi, you're going to play man up on the outside and you're going to bring heat. You're going to force them to throw the football. You're not going to allow them to run this ball in the end zone. Elliott's going to have to complete a pass somewhere.
Second and goal. Elliott sprinting left, looking to the end zone. Caught, touchdown. Guess who? Anthony Ratliff Williams. Carolina back in front.
That's what he did. He went and got his cleat tied. He said, let him get to the red zone first before I come back in. We'll get my cleat tied and get back in there, get a touchdown.
You can't play him in man-to-man coverage, Dave. This young man.
Inside this time.
Man-to-man, little pick route inside. If they don't call it, it's a rub. If they call it, it's a pick. Nice play call right there, especially because I know Pat Narduzzi is going to be in man-to-man coverage, so I can scheme and design the play.
You just know it. That's what they do. Extra point, that's big. Pads the lead to 3, up and good. We've been saying it. Get the ball to number 17. What a game he is having. They do for the touchdown to put Carolina ahead. Pat Narduzzi knows. Big play for Carolina.
Four teams, 2 games, 1 blockbuster night, baby. We got this at the Champions Classic.
Can't wait as college hoops gets kicked off this weekend. Champions Classic on Tuesday. Those 4 powerhouse programs. The playoff rankings show in between the 2 games, so you guys will be a part of that. Carolina looking for their first ACC win, 4th lead change of this game. They go back in front 34-31 with 6:18 to play. They will kick it off deep. Henderson again will take a knee in the end zone for another touchback. They have neutralized him as a returner in this game. We noticed some stuff, huh?
This is a veteran receiver move. Look to the sideline. He saw what Dave was calling and said, whoa, if the ball is going to the slot receiver, I'm going to go be the slot receiver because this is my chance to make a play. As a play caller, Dave, you got to realize your playmaker, he's going to see the play, and he might go play a different position if he believes that's where the ball is going to go.
I mean, don't you like that? The receiver kind of taking ownership.
If I'm the receiver that's getting the ball, I love it.
Yeah.
If I'm the other guy, I'm not so happy.
Not so happy, maybe.
Give me a chance to have a little fun.
Yeah, exactly. I want the 2-yard touchdown.
Pretty impressive game for Anthony Ratliff-Williams. DiNucci rolling out is going to keep it. DiNucci cuts back middle. Got about 8 yards on first down.
He didn't slide. He didn't get hit. And he dove forward. So he gets credit for all 8.5 to 9 yards as opposed to leaving it up to an official on the sideline to try to decide exactly where your slide began.
But the good thing about it, he was decisive. I think that's the big thing we're saying. Be decisive. Don't be halfway in, halfway out. Be decisive in how you run the football.
By far the best rushing game of his career. He's almost at 100 yards rushing, the quarterback. He certainly looks, doesn't he to you? He looks to me equipped to be an effective running quarterback.
Looks a lot more comfortable outside the pocket. We've been talking about it all night, how he struggles throwing off his back foot. He looks very comfortable on the edges.
Under center, second and short, handoff, and a little cutback going nowhere. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be third down. Malik Carney has mostly been quiet in this game, but he has had a really good year for Carolina.
I think he's been their best defensive end. Undersized a little bit, probably should have been a linebacker. Now he's down playing defensive end. He makes plays all over the field.
Interesting, Henderson wasn't in on the last play, comes back on the field on a big third down. And again, we've seen him kneel on a couple kickoffs that are like 1 yard deep in the end zone. You start to wonder, how healthy is your playmaker? We know what kind of return man he is to not take these balls out. Something's going on.
Being very conservative. How about shotgun on 3rd and 2, throwing the ball, and they will convert. Nearly a drop by Olesen, but Quadri hung on. That's a first down, Pitt.
You almost jinxed him in the middle of the play. How about 3rd and 2 in the shotgun? Ball was in the air. The guy almost dropped it, Dave. He heard you talking.
Oh, the running.
A lot of confidence, though. I mean, it takes a lot of confidence in your quarterback when you're going shotgun 3rd and 2, the way they've been able to run the ball downhill, but they converted.
It worked. First down, Pitt. Getting to the point of the game, 4.5 minutes to go. As deliberate as they have been, taking their time, this may be their chance. They're down 3, remember. Play fake. DiNucci over the middle, complete to midfield. The tackle there, Jester Wea, rather. First down, Panthers.
Very smart play by DiNucci. It was a play action, max protect. They wanted to take a shot deep. Deep wasn't there. DiNucci came back to the check down. That's a smart play by the young quarterback.
How about the confidence that offensive coordinator Sean Watson is showing in DiNucci right now? Not just a 3rd and 2, but on first down, late in the 4th quarter, we're down. Let DiNucci make a throw. Great read, great throw. Shown a lot of confidence in this quarterback that he can take him downfield.
And maybe the indication, not with the hurry-up style, because they're being pretty deliberate time-wise, but with the play calling, understanding that they would like to have a couple chances if they don't convert here on this drive. DiNucci goes down, a big sack, and there is Malik Carney.
Well, as soon as we say something good about you, the next question is, why are you not running the football? I mean, and that's the way it goes, Dave. When you're the play caller, you have some success throwing passes, and if you're Carolina, you run a stunt and you get to the quarterback.
No doubt about it. And Carney there, he's supposed to go in the A gap, but the center comes at him, so he crosses the center face, continuing to look for work. But I question the formation. 3-4 minutes left in the game. You got a first down. Pittsburgh comes out in 5 wide in the shotgun. I question that.
That's a 9-yard loss. Everybody's got all their timeouts. DiNucci in the pocket, going backwards again. Carney pressured him, and now he throws the ball away. It's 3rd down and 19 coming up. Pitt is being so deliberate here.
Well, Dave, you want to be a play caller. Sometimes you got 3rd and 19.
Yeah, there are not many good answers for that one, are there?
Dave, I want you to pay attention to this. Watch number 97 here, defensive tackle inside. Watch what he does, Dave. Pay attention to what he does.
Okay, I'm paying attention.
Coming off the ball. He smells a rat, Dave. He smells a rat. It's screen. No, I'm going to take the screen, man. He takes Hall. He makes the play. He'll never get credit from it. Dave, I made a lot of those plays. I never got credit for a lot of plays. I made plays just like that.
We're giving you credit now. After the fact, by what,
15 years later?
DiNucci across the middle, knocked away, incomplete. And now on 4th and 19, Pitt's got no choice. They're going to have to punt the ball back. They have all their timeouts.
Plenty of time. There is plenty of time. There's 3 minutes left in this game. There's plenty of time. If you're Narduzzi and you're a defensive coach and you have confidence in what you put on the field, you punt this ball away, put your defense out there.
But this goes back to first down. They came out with 5 wide receivers on first down, empty formation. That's not Pittsburgh. Run the football. And now what does that do? 1st and 10 goes to 4th and forever, and now you have to punt the football all because of the first down play
And I
call.
get it. And I do get it. They do have plenty of time, but here's the point I'm making. They got 16 yards on that drive and took more than 3 minutes. Now, if you don't stop Carolina on 3 plays, they got a chance to end the game.
For sure.
So that puts huge pressure on the Pitt defense. This punt, not a fair catch. Stewart gets hit and driven backwards. The Tar Heels, maybe a first down away from their first ACC win. We'll find out when we come back. Our weekend menu served up to you by Zaxby's. Huge weekend in college football. These are all on our networks, and a lot of games that stand out, don't they?
I mean, to me, I go down to the bottom right corner. Notre Dame against Miami. Offensive line against defensive line. We think Notre Dame's offensive line is the best in the country. The Miami front seven is athletic. Can't wait to watch it.
First down screen pass and a block and a huge gain for the Tar Heels outside the 35. Jordan Brown. What a play call by Larry Fedora and a smile on the face of Nathan Elliott. A Pitt player is down. That's the safety Jordan Whitehead. Backed up inside their own 20 after the punt. Pitt feeling like they need to stop and use their timeouts, and Whitehead is hurting. And that means we're going to take a timeout while they look at their junior safety. We'll be back. Carolina with a 3-point lead. Only 2:45 to go right after this. Two teams in the ACC that have played some classics over the last few years, and another really competitive game here tonight. Carolina with the 34-31 lead. Tar Heels coming off their performance against Miami, even though they lost. Best game of the year, I think, for North Carolina. Last 6 meetings between these two decided by 7 points or fewer, and it looks like we have another one here tonight.
And a great play call in a situation where Pitt and their defense are thinking Carolina has to run the football. They're going to try to take time off the clock, run the football. You hit them with the screen. The yardage matters because if Carolina does get stopped and they have to punt, at least they played the field position game and forcing Pitt, if they get the ball back, to go the full length of the field.
Yeah, it's a good point. We'll talk more about all the clock situations here out of this timeout. First, though, a peek at our college football playoff rankings brought to you by Goodyear, and there was a shakeup in those college football playoff rankings. Has been the last couple weeks. Some huge matchups this week near the top of those playoff rankings.
No doubt. For me, I look at number 5 and number 6, Oklahoma and TCU. Going in Norman, Oklahoma. Oklahoma going against the TCU defense that's the best in the Big 12. How can they handle that? Can't wait to watch it.
Ball start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And just one other point to make here about the timing and the clock and everything that's going on. Not a good penalty for Carolina. Pitt did use a timeout because remember, even though the clock stops on the first down, as soon as they get the ball spotted with still 2:45 on the clock, they do roll the clock even after the first down. So Pitt burned a timeout to stop it. Now the penalty on North Carolina. Anyway, just if you're wondering why they didn't start the clock again. But now Pitt almost in a spot where on this sequence they got to stop them. And they have a good chance to do it. The tackle behind the line of scrimmage, another quick timeout. Well, another look ahead, and it spins us into our college football award spotlight, brought to you by the Home Depot. 2 guys who are Maxwell Award semifinalists. Jalen Hurts, of course, for Alabama. Nick Fitzgerald, who's kind of quietly having a good year for Mississippi State. Let me ask you this. Crimson Tide go on the road to Starkville, where Mississippi State has been very good this year. A chance for an upset? A chance?
There's always a chance.
Yeah,
Alabama's a physical football team, and as we saw Georgia manhandle Mississippi State, I expect Alabama to do the same. They're the same kind of team, downhill, running the football, and they're just going to be too physical.
And if you're Mississippi State and you're going to be in this game, you're going to need more than Nick Fitzgerald left riding up the middle. Somebody else has to come along to the party to help the quarterback make some plays.
By the way, that Home Depot College Football Awards show, December 7th, 7 p.m. right here on ESPN. A lot of intrigue with all the awards, I think.
They're about to heat them up, Dave.
Here we go. Let's see if the Pitt defense brings more pressure on second and very long. Handoff, big hole, and a big gain. And a play that might do it for Carolina. Across midfield, Jordan Brown with the carry into Pitt territory.
Pitt brought some pressure off the corner. Great play call. North Carolina just caught him in the blitz right there. Able to pop a run through the crack there. And that might be a game-sealing play.
It was undisciplined pressure.
Yes.
In these situations, even when you send blitzes, you have to be in your gaps. You don't just run up there and let's just go everybody wild. I mean, you still have gaps to be in. And watch the right side close it down. Great block on the inside. You pick off one linebacker, get him out of his position, you reel off a big play. And this is huge. Carolina now with a chance to finally close the door in the fourth quarter.
Handoff again, Brown, more missed tackles. He'll go to the ground. Pitt only has the one timeout left.
How impressive is this, though? We've talked all game about how Darren Hall in Pittsburgh has ran the football down North Carolina's throat. Carolina hadn't been able to finish all season long with all the leads. To see this team undermanned, 18 guys that are out for the season, the physicality they're showing on this last drive, this is huge, huge credit to Coach Larry Fedora.
The 3 and out by the defense started this. The 3 and out after the 2 long drives by Pitt to score points in the second half and the third quarter. Then the defense got on the field after the missed field goal, after the drop pass, got a 3 and out, and it's changed the game for Carolina.
And I still can't believe 2nd and 18. They run it for 23 yards. How Pitt let that happen. They'll stop Carolina here, use their final timeout. So with 1:09 to go, Carolina can't fully end the game here with one play, but if they get a first down on 3rd and short, they will end the game. And I want to be positive about Carolina because I agree with what you're saying. Really, really impressive by Larry Fedora's team. It has been a disaster of a season for a very proud program that this week last year, top 15, Mitchell Trubisky thinking ACC championship. Almost nothing good has happened for Carolina since then. Think about the Pitt side, though, guys. I mean, this is a Pitt team that is going to lose to a 1-8 winless ACC team in Pat Narduzzi's 3rd year. I guarantee you in this town the pressure is going to start to heat up.
And you start to question the drive before this when they started throw passes.
Yes,
and they
shotgun.
went 5 wides. They got the first down throwing the ball. DiNucci delivers a hook route, and then they come out in 5 wides. In a second half, when they've been extremely physical, they've run the ball very well, and then you throw a pass, you get stopped in that drive, it changes the game.
I understand it changes that. I'm going to give a lot of credit, though, to North Carolina. We've talked all day long. How easy would it have been to come in here, it's cold, we're 1-8, we don't have anything to play for. How easy would it have been just to give up? But this team has fought all night long. When Pittsburgh has tried to throw a couple haymakers, North Carolina has fought back, tough. You got to give a lot of credit to Coach Fedora, the leaders on this team, Stewart, some of the guys that have been there, made plays, and kept this team fighting all night long.
So it's 3rd down and a short 2. If they get the first down, they can take a knee and win the game. If they don't, Pitt at least has a tiny chance to somehow come up with a miracle down 3.
Pitt goes to a 5-man line there. They're definitely thinking run.
Elliott hands it off. Brown, can he get to the corner? Yes. First down, stay in bounds, hang on to the ball, and Carolina is going to have their first ACC win. And I know it's been a terrible year for Fedora and the Tar Heels. They will feel really good about what they accomplished tonight.
And they deserve to. I mean, this was a tough football game. I didn't know how many body blows they could take, especially with Pitt in the second half, running the ball as physically as they were. When you don't have depth, when you haven't been able to practice the way you want to, how many body blows can you take in the fourth? They got up off the canvas, Boog, and started throwing some body blows back.
Over and over and over they got up. Let's not forget, though, one of the key plays in the game, Quadri Henderson is going in for the touchdown, fumbles the ball, changed the entire momentum of the game.
Changed the whole game.
Changed the entire game. That fumble going in, take a touchdown off the board, go back the other way, and North Carolina hasn't been the same ever since. Close
calls, good effort, but no wins until tonight for this Carolina team. and a brutal loss for Pitt. And you hear some of the displeasure from the Pitt fans here at Heinz Field. Larry Fedora and his guys can celebrate. Joey, Booger, great to have you back on Thursday Night Football.
Thanks for having us.
Lovely. Thank you. Love the play calls tonight, Dave. Great play calls out of you tonight.
I'm going to study my playbook. Next time you guys are with us, I'll be even more ready. For Laura Rutledge, for Booger McFarland, for Joey Galloway and our whole crew, Dave Fleming saying so long from Pittsburgh. Sports Center coming up next.